graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We got another Sixers game. The Sixers are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. As I just mentioned before, we got to get a bell ring in there. Let's go! Yeah, all right. Let me know how the audio is, please, in the chat down below. I apologize for those of you that listened to my live stream earlier today. It was very echoey, and I didn't realize it in the moment. I just literally came in there. I was going off, and I tested all my audio before, but during the live stream, it was absolutely terrible. I'm trying to figure out as we speak if there's a way that I can upload just a new track. So I'm trying to do sort of two things at once here, but if I can do that, that would be great. But let me know how the audio does sound down below in the chat. Am I echoey? Do I sound like I'm coming in clear? I would really like to know just from your side of things. Let me know how it does sound in the chat. The Sixers are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. This is a game where you want to see the Philadelphia 76ers bounce back. They had a very bad performance against the Cavaliers in their last game. They really just got out-rebounded by Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. It wasn't even just that. They got outclassed, and the Philadelphia 76ers were just absolutely annihilated in that game, and they just didn't have any sort of juice whatsoever. Shots were not going on in. Even when they did have wide-open looks, they just were not able to capitalize from their three-point shooting, and guys were just really cold. Guys just did not look good out there. And I wanna start things off, guys, by talking a little bit more about just the lack of urgency from that game. But I also sort of like want to note. Let me get my thoughts together. I want to make sure that I note that tonight that they cannot come out the way that they did in the last game. That's really what I was trying to say. Because last game they were just so flat. How many times have we seen the 76ers this year either start off so strong or start off so flat? It happens like almost all the time. You never know which version of the 76ers is going to show up on just a game time basis. But I was not a fan of how they played in the last game. I thought that they looked very sloppy at times. I also thought that their offense was in a lot of isolation, ball movement types of situations, and their passing wasn't necessarily so good. And really, guys just were not getting into their spots. So Joel Embiid was not really much of a factor down low. I also did feel like that the Cavaliers, in a sense, did do a nice job at guarding Tyrese Maxey. At the same time, though, I did not see Maxey cutting through screens. It felt like that he just was a little bit slow out there, slower than what he usually is. Again, I'm not trying to trash the guy. I'm not trying to say that he's a terrible player. Of course not. He's been playing phenomenally this year. He had one bad game. I'm hoping that he snaps out of it and that he can have himself a very good night at the office at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. But chat, as I sit here and as I look at the Philadelphia 76ers, who are 22-17, and I take a look at the Eastern Conference standings right now, and I see that the 76ers as we speak, are tied for 5th. They actually are the number 5 seed. So my question to you is, with where the Sixers are now, if they stay healthy, will they finish as a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Will the Philadelphia 76ers finish as a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference? Yes or no? I think that they can. As of where they are today, we all know that the asterisk is, if healthy, the 76ers are a contender. But also, if healthy, with right now, with where the 76ers are, if healthy, they could eventually be a top 3 seed. It would not shock me. Right now, the Knicks are a half game behind the Celtics. They're 25-15, the Celtics. The Knicks are 25-16. There's a little bit of a gap between Boston and Detroit. Detroit is 29-10. But the Raptors are 25-17, and the Sixers are right there. They're 22-17. So they've actually played, the Sixers, 39 games. Unlike the Celtics, who have played 40, the Knicks, who played 41, and the Raptors, who've played 42. So I think that they can. And I do think that, again, if they are healthy, they will. And that would be really nice. I would really just enjoy seeing the 76ers be a number 3 seed if they make it to the playoffs. I think that is a step in the right direction. I do. And that would be awesome for home court advantage in the playoffs. Just to be able to have that, it does make a difference, and it certainly does impact how if the series were to go to 7, let's just say that they play against the Orlando Magic, having that home court advantage in a Game 7 does matter. So you want to try to give the 76ers as much of a boost as possible, and I do think that they most certainly can get there. But, yeah, that's where I am right now with where the 76ers are. I think that as a team that they're playing really well. Again, they fell flat on their face in the last game. We'll see how they respond. We'll see how they do against this Cavaliers team who punched them right in the mouth. Can the 76ers punch them back and essentially tie the series 1-1? We'll see. It is a 2-game set. No Dean Wade tonight for Cleveland. No Sam Merrill. No Darius Garland, too. That's the other thing about it as well. Max Strus is out. Chris Livingston is out. Darius Garland was out. He actually ended up leaving the last game. They're calling it a toe injury. Dominic Barlow for the 76ers, who left the game in Wednesday's game with a lower back issue. He is back tonight. That was scary to watch live when you saw Dominic Barlow go down. But he's okay, and he's actually back tonight, so we'll see how he does too. I want to get on into the live stream. Folks, make sure you guys comment down below. Tell me what your final score predictions are for this Philadelphia 76ers game. I would really appreciate that. LP says you sound clear. Jeff says, hey, JJ. He says, let's go, Cavs. Says, Jeff. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? Mark says, hello, JJ. I just don't see it. Sorry, JJ, says Dr. Delay. Don't see what? Don't see what? Oh, you don't see them getting a top 3 seed? I really do. I feel like that, again, if healthy, the 76ers, if Joel Embiid and Paul George, who are continuing to get back under their wings, if you will, they're getting the rhythm back, and they do continue to look better, except in the last game and the one game against Denver. They've looked very solid, I would say. Very solid. But I'm saying if healthy. Now, if you're going to tell me that because Joel Embiid and Paul George are not going to play back-to-backs, well, that changes the conversation a little bit. So maybe because of that, they won't. But again, we're talking about if healthy. And you can certainly make a case that if they play, I don't want to say the rest of the way. How many games are there left? So we've played 39 games right now. That means that we have 43 more games to go. After tonight, it'll be 42. So if they play 30 games together, I think that they have a chance. I do. I think that they will have a chance. But Doc, thanks so much for being on here. I appreciate you, man. Big shout out to you. Drop your link down below, my guy. I really am just thankful that you're on here, and I always love talking to you, man. I always love talking to my chat. You guys are the absolute best. Shout out to the chats. Everybody in the chat is the MVP. They just are. Yes. Dallas says J.J. Bo's going to the Mets. I want to cry, says Dallas. Yeah. I mean, hey, we did a whole live stream. We talked all about it. You guys can most certainly go check it out. My mods, if you could actually drop that link down below, I would really appreciate it. I know that there was an echo in today's live stream, and I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can get rid of that. I just uploaded it into an AI editor, so maybe there's a way that I could have it processed and then just replace the audio track. That's obviously going to have to be done either during halftime or after the 76ers game is done. So we've been busy. We've been busy a lot today, content-wise, and it's been a little bit of a chaotic day, but it's been good. It's definitely been good, and I'm happy to see you all on here. The one thing that really bugged me about the last game, besides the 76ers not being able to take advantage of their open shots that they missed, I'm also just, when I watched Joel Embiid in the last game, I thought that he was very jump shot savvy. And what do I mean by that? Well, he took a lot of mid-range, he took a lot of threes. That's really what I should say. It's not the jump shot. It's just the threes. If you're making the threes, continue to shoot. Continue to shoot the basketball no matter where you are. But if you're going 1 for 7, if you're going 2 for 8, and you're shooting less than 30% on a night-to-night basis, the amount of threes need to be smaller. They just have to be. And that's something that really bugged me in the last game, and I have continued to see him do that from a time-to-time basis, and that's sort of the one thing that I critique about Joel Embiid, especially over the last 2 weeks, because I think that the three ball definitely has to be down. I do. I really feel that way. Alrighty, I think we're ready to get things started. We should be ready to kick things off. Yes, sir. All right, the starting lineups for tonight's game. Let's get to that right now. And again, Dallas Modco, thanks so much for being on here. So for the Cavaliers, they got Donovan Mitchell at the 1, Craig Porter Jr. at the 2, Jalen Tyson at the 3, Jarrett Allen at the 4, and Evan Mobley at the 5. Mobley, who had 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists in the last game against the 76ers, which, of course, was on Wednesday. He is playing at the center position tonight. Maxey, Edgecombe, George, Barlow, and Embiid. Those are the starting 5 for Philadelphia, as the Sixers are in their red and white uniforms with the blue sides and the white stars going down each side of the jersey. Cavaliers in their white and dark red uniforms. Here's Jarrett Allen, who hands it off over towards the near side. Evan Mobley with a little handoff pass, as the tip-off was in the possession of Cleveland. Forgot to mention that. And there's a slam dunk by Evan Mobley with a big flush off of an assist by Donovan Mitchell. Okay, so let's make sure that our screen is up and running. There it is. Nice, nice, nice. And so here's a 3, or a 2, I should say, on the other side. That is up, and that is good for the 76ers. All right, so I believe that the screen is good right now. Let's see how that looks. That looks a lot better. Yes, it does. So who tied it for the Sixers, JJ? Very good question. It was VJ Edgecombe that hit a step back mid-range J. We're tied up at 2 apiece. We played just 47 seconds in this first quarter. Keys for tonight's game, again, comment those down below. Law, just here to support. Won't be able to stay here long, unfortunately, says Doc. Dude, you're the man. I appreciate you. Mobley with a turnaround floater inside. That was over Dominic Barlow, and he got it to go. Right-handed finish for Evan Mobley. It was from 12 feet, and was still able to get it off. Edgecombe with the rock over at the top of the key for the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, no Darius Garland tonight for Cleveland. They're missing another 20-point-per-game scorer. George over to Embiid at the top of the perimeter. Embiid takes it to the foul line, gets to his sweet spot, and drains it over Jarrett Allen. Allen gave him a little bit of space, and that's all that he needed to tie this game. Here come the Cavaliers again, trying to respond on the other side. You certainly cannot give Joel Embiid that amount of space. A floater by Porter Jr. got it to go. That is Craig Porter Jr. Also got whacked in the face accidentally. They didn't call a foul there. It's 6-4. Not really much contact, but definitely made contact with his face. Edgecombe trying to get the handoff pass from Embiid. The ball got swatted away. Embiid does get it back, though. Takes it over to the nail again. And Allen doesn't do anything to respond as Joel Embiid has been able to hit 2 free throw line jumpers in a row off of Jarrett Allen. 6-6, 9:45 remaining in the first quarter. Here's a tray by Craig Porter Jr. It's no good. It was actually Tyson who made the 3. Porter Jr. got the offensive rebound, and Tyson, who was driving on over to the cup, ends up giving Cleveland the lead back 8-6. 9:25 left to go in the first quarter. Cleveland has been doing a good job on offense. We have a Paul George 3, but they're going to wave it off, as there was a foul issued on Cleveland. And I believe it was on the floor. What's up, JJ? Ray, Naples, Florida. Let's go, says Ray. What's going on, man? Shout out to the chat. JJ sent you a picture. What's up, Rising Rhino? Rising Rhino in the house, baby. Got all the content creators out there tonight. 9:15 left to go in the first quarter. Sixers get an inbound pass. Paul George puts up a corner 3, and it's not going to go down. Barlow volleyballed it twice, and it went into a Cavaliers player's hands. Tyson just made a bad pass, and he gets it back and takes it on over towards the sideline. And so here we go. Maxey comes away with a steal. Maxey bounce pass to Paul George for a transition 3. Bingo! 9-8, and a good response by the 76ers. So there was 2 bad passes there, and Cleveland could not take advantage, and Philadelphia able to capitalize out in transition. Sorry, I was a little bit behind there. 9-8 and a foul called on the 76ers. Rising Rhinos in the house. Drop that link down below, my friend. Like number 20. Let's go. Rockies with the Rhino. Yes, sir. 9-8 76ers. Maxey dribbles it off the hand of Porter Jr. as Cleveland has possession of the ball. They're on offense. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Porter Jr. gets it back. It's tipped, though, by Dominic Barlow and intercepted by the Sixers. Here comes a steal, and George is going to pass it to Barlow, who goes down the lane and throws it down. 2-handed jam by Dominic Barlow. Pick and roll offense for Cleveland. They give it back outside. And another Tyson 3, and we're tied at 11 apiece. Jalen Tyson from the far wing as the Cavaliers go from right to left. Sixers moving from left to right. Embiid takes it over to the nail again. Crosses over. Gives it back to Barlow on the baseline. His baseline J is a little bit too strong. And Jarrett Allen has to communicate with Tyson. And Allen's the one that comes up with the rebound for Cleveland. Mitchell on a drive to the basket. Got the ball knocked loose by Dominic Barlow and stolen again by Paul George. Sixers defense has been strong. Maxey out to Edgecombe. His 3. Bang! BJ Edgecombe from the corner, and the Sixers lead it by 3 points. And a timeout taken by Kenny Atkinson and the Cavaliers. It is raining cats and dogs from beyond the arc for the Sixers. go. Nice start. Garland, let's go. Yeah. B-Blazing is here. What's up, man? Oh, man. Thank you all so much for being on here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on the bell icons, too. And that way you will know when we do go live. How many points does LeBron have tonight? I'll tell you how many points LeBron has. I'll tell you how many points LeBron has. Zip 0. I don't know why I did that. I did not mean to play an air horn. That was not the correct one. But he has this. Oh, what was that? I'll say it again. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. JJ just sent you a picture. I appreciate it. I'll make sure that I go check it out on the Discord side of things. Rising Rhino as many points as Tomlin's playoff wins over the last 9 years as Dr. Delay. Oh, snap, baby. Oh, snap. Wow. 14-11, Sixers up by 3. In case you're just tuning on in for the first time, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, do all the housekeeping stuff, and then just sit back, relax, and enjoy this game. Hopefully the 76ers win it for you, and that we can deliver on our casting tonight, as we always tried to do. But just enjoy your time on here, hit the thumbs up button, and that's it. And then just take off your shoes, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy this ride. Sixers in this game so far, they are actually 2 for 3 from downtown. They're shooting 67% from beyond the arc, of course. Have not gotten a rebound today, though. And again, this Cavaliers team is lengthy. We've been talking about it pretty much the whole season, that when the 76ers are going up against bigger, faster, and stronger more physical teams, they're going to struggle because the 76ers certainly do have athleticism, but guys that are over 6 feet 9 inches tall that can just run down on both sides of the court, you're going to struggle with those types of guys because Embiid's going to have a tough time keeping up with those types of people. And also, it's just a league now where if you run out in transition and you're really fast, and the Sixers have shown that they can be super fast out in transition, but you have to be able to box out. You have to be able to find ways to attack loopholes. But overall, I mean, the 76ers have struggled against the Cavaliers this year, and the main reason why is because of Cleveland's length. That's what I'm trying to say. But when you're making shots, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many rebounds you get. If you make the shots, doesn't necessarily matter. So that's where I stand. 7:22 p.m. Eastern Time. We're ready to get out of a timeout. As far as names, I don't have a preference as Dr. Delay, but I do prefer to hire an offensive coordinator. All right, 14-11 as we're back in action in this game. 7:20 left to go, and Cleveland will inbound it. It goes off of a Sixers player, and Cleveland is going to get a second take at this. Here's Donovan Mitchell on an inbound pass. It goes on over to Porter Jr. at the 76ers logo. Porter trying to take on Paul George, takes his way over towards the near side of the elbow, puts up a floater, and he's fouled. The referee that called the foul there, well, get you a name in just a few moments. It was Ray Acosta, and he is a part of the officiating crew for tonight's game, along with Nate Green and Danielle Scott as well. So the Sixers lineup right now, it's Paul George, who just got a foul on him, was guilty for committing a foul. First free throw, by the way, is good by Jalen Tyson. The lineup for the Sixers right now, it's Paul George, Dominic Barlow, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. And the Cavaliers have Allen, Mobley, Mitchell, Tyson, and Porter Jr. And speaking of Tyson, he just made the second foul shot, and it's a 16-13 ball game, or 14-13 ball game, I should say. Sixers up by 1. 7:05 left to go in the first quarter. Maxey on a drive over to the basket, puts it up, and puts up the floater, and knocks it down. Nothing but net, taking it right on inside the lane. Mitchell trying to tie it up with a three, and he does. Donovan Mitchell, you can't leave that guy wide open. because he can certainly knock down shots. That's why he's fourth in all of basketball in points per game. And his three-point shooting, as far as the month of January goes, is at 37%. George trying to respond on the other side with an elbow J, and he connects the dots. A line drive, too, by Paul George. And the Sixers get the lead back. Mobley with a bounce pass that was supposed to go to Allen, but it was knocked away by Embiid. And the Sixers are going to get the ball back. Last touched off of Jarrett Allen's left knee. Good defense by Joel. Just taking that basketball away and causing the 76ers to get the ball back on offense. Embiid with a handoff over to Maxey as he gets into the Sixers front court. Maxey back to Embiid. Embiid finds Maxey rolling towards the basket. It was a skip pass to Maxey, and he lays it up and in with the right hand. Underhanded scoop by Tyrese Maxey, and the lead is now 4 for Philadelphia. Mobley again passing it outside over to Porter Jr. Gets his defender on skates, passes it back to Tyson. His wide open tray is up, and it's money. Gosh, it was nothing but a swisher for Craig Porter Jr., and the Sixers defense goes MIA that time, not closing him out. Here's Tyrese Maxey again. He's double-teamed. He needs help. He gives it back to Embiid. His mid-range J from the second hash mark on the left side is good, too. He's running out of breath there, but the Sixers are up by 3. It's sort of an easy mode on 2K as Jarrett Allen gets an alley-oop pass that was from Donovan Mitchell and an easy flush for him. I mean, is there any defense over on this over in 2K, or is it just going to be greens all the way? 22-21, Sixers lead it by 1. 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. Maxey takes it over to the corner, finds Embiid another 3, and finally a shot misses. But that's not what you wanted, of course, if you're a Sixers fan. Joel Embiid just missed a tray. Donovan Mitchell gets the ball back, zigzags in the lane, kicks it out over to Mobley, over on the far corner. Mobley back to Tyson, a catch-and-shoot trifecta, won't go that time. And Embiid, who tried to get the rebound, ended up getting boxed in by Jarrett Allen. But he is called for a foul, a loose ball foul, Jarrett Allen, that is. And Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter, DeAndre Hunter's going to step on in for Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley is going to take a seat. We'll get you the next name as to who comes on in for him. Let's go Sixers, man. Let's go Sixers. That sounds great. What's going on, chat? How you doing on? Let's go Tyrese JJ. I don't know how he keeps up with all the names and what's going on so fast as be blazing. I try, man. I'm trying to get better and better at it. Maxey with a catch-and-shoot trifecta on the other side. Won't go. Offensive rebound by Barlow right over Hunter, and he could not lay it up and in. Oh, he had a shot there. Here's George coming away with a steal off of the bad pass by Tyson, and he finishes with the right hand. Oh, what a play by Paul George out in transition. Good for him staying with that play. Barlow comes away with a steal. Embiid picks it back up as Barlow took a tumble to the ground. Again, Cleveland's turnovers have been a main storyline so far in this game. Embiid working. Embiid rolling towards the lane, and he's fouled. And he will head to the line and shoot 2 free throws. The foul again on Jarrett Allen. It was actually his first personal foul. How about that interception by Paul George again? It's like he's a safety out there, just knowing where to read the pass. And so, actually, Naquan Tomlin is going to be called for the shooting foul. My mistake. And Embiid will be at the line to attempt 2 free throws. He's a very good foul shooter and hits the first one to give the Sixers a 4-point advantage. Paul George is going to step out of the game for now, and Kelly Oubre Jr. will be his replacement, and Quentin Grimes also comes in for the first time tonight. He's had a very good year off the bench for Philadelphia. At one point, he was leading all 6 men in scoring off the bench when he was averaging 17.5 points per game. That's gone down a little bit ever since the big 4, if you will, have been healthy. Embiid trying to go 2 for 2 from the line, and he does. Just to close out the point on Grimes, averaging 14 points per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, and 3.8 assists per game as well. Tyson gets the little alley-oop pass and throws down the sledgehammer with the right hand. Sixers defense, that's the only critique of this game so far, is that they're just not giving up any sort of, or they're not giving any sort of attention down low on the post side of things, and they're just doing a bad job executing. Embiid does get the ball downhill, and he just got fouled. It was another shooting foul by Naquan Tomlin. Guy just seems to be buying on into whatever Joel Embiid has in his bag of tricks. The 25-year-old from Memphis, Tennessee, Naquan Tomlin, that is, not related to Mike Tomlin, by the way, in case you're just wondering. 6 feet 8 inches tall, 210 pounds in his rookie season. Embiid 3 for 3 from the line tonight as he delivers and makes it a 4-point game again for the 76ers. What else we got going on in chat? Yes, Embiid, it is you. Better start than the other night versus the Cavs, says Hardcore. Absolutely. You'll take this any day of the week. VJ Edgecombe is going to have a seat for Philadelphia. Joel with his second foul shot. Walker just came on in for Edgecombe, by the way. And here it comes. He knocks it down. Excellent. 5-point advantage for the 76ers. Their lineup now, it's Grimes, Walker, Oubre Jr., Embiid, and Maxey. Lonzo Ball steps on in for the Cavaliers, delivers a nice pass over to Tomlin for a 3, and Tomlin's three-pointer from the near corner is airballed. Walker has it for the Sixers, hands it off to Embiid, and he almost gave it up, Joel Embiid. Ended up passing it over to himself, got himself into a three-point shooting position, and he puts it up and in. Oh, Embiid is going off in this game so far with a baker's dozen of points. Unfortunately, though, Cleveland responds on the other side and cuts the deficit to 6 as Jared Allen just made a floater. Maxey finds or gets the ball from Embiid, and Tyrese, he gets a screen from Joel, dribbles, crosses over, gives it back to Embiid, almost lost his balance, and Embiid puts up a J over Allen, and that was good defense. It hit off the back iron, and Cleveland gets possession of the ball. Speaking of the ball, Lonzo Ball gets the ball for Cleveland and ends up trying to pass it, but it's stolen by Tyrese Maxey as he runs downhill, tries to go up with a layup, and that is going to be Cleveland ball as he got the ball knocked out off of his left knee. He got the ball knocked down off of his left knee. It was blocked by Allen, I believe, and the Sixers are going to take a timeout here. 31-25, 2:26 left to go in the first quarter. It's a 6-point advantage for Philadelphia. Be blazing with the membership. Thank you so much, man, with the gifted membership over to Jason M6505. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Jason M., thanks so much for the sub over on YouTube. You are the man. Is it a bunny, says Ryzen Rhino? I hope it's a bunny. 13 points in 9 minutes for Joel Embiid in the first quarter. I'll take that any day of the week. That is definitely a positive sign for sure. Maxey has 4 points, 2 for 3 from the field, 3 apples as well for him in this game. Oh, man. So good ball movement by the 76ers so far. That's the one thing that I got to critique myself on a little bit. Just slow down a little bit. Stop fumbling on the words. And just don't talk too fast. It's all good. But yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. That looks so yummy. Favorite desserts. Comment your favorite dessert down below. Just got a nice picture of, what is it? It's a Black Forest cake and jelly. Now food is on my mind. Thanks to Dallas. But comment what your favorite desserts are down below. That looks really good. I don't know if Dallas is still on here, but that cake looks awesome. It really does. The chili looks good, too. I like chili. I do. I enjoy chili a lot. Welcome to the party, pal. Yes, sir. Earth Mystery 27. What's up, my friend? How you doing, my guy? Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you. We got 5 other games going on. One of them is occurring right now, as far as the NBA goes. One of them will also occur in about 6 minutes. Actually, 2 of them will. That's the Clippers and Raptors on at 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Bulls and the Nets on at 7:42. And then later tonight, it'll be Rockets hosting the Timberwolves. That'll be a really good game. That game will actually be on ESPN. And then you got the Wizards out in Sacramento. That'll be at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Scott says, I hope you're having a great day, JJ. I appreciate you, man. I hope that you're having a great day, too. I appreciate all the love and the support. More desserts? Any desserts? I don't think we've had any desserts. Commented down below. Comment those desserts, man. Donovan Mitchell will take an elbow J off the dribble and close but no cigar on his end of the stick. Maxey got the rebound, puts up a 3. That one won't go. Adembona with the board, and he tries to lay it up and inside. Nope. It's rebounded again by Cleveland. Cleveland did not make a layup, and now the Sixers again trying to attack on offense. Grimes steps back, lights up a 3, and it was just a little bit short. Probably shouldn't have said lights it up there. And there's another drive, and that is rejected by Tyrese Maxey. Naquan Tomlin thought he had an easy lane to get a layup, and Tyrese Maxey had other words. And he'll take it over to the foul line, Maxey that is, puts up another jump shot, and that's going to hit off the right side of the rim. Mitchell with a little lob pass that was supposed to go to Evan Mobley, but it hit off the backboard, and Sixers will have possession of the ball. Oubre with a bounce pass to Adembona, and the Sixers will reset again. 1:13 left in the first quarter. Oubre looking to try to drive it inside. He's in traffic. He needs help. Hands it off to Walker. Walker's dribble is up, and he can't get the shot off as it was denied by DeAndre Hunter. So both teams playing really good defense out of this timeout here. They've not been able to score a bucket. Mobley on the perimeter. Gets it past to Adembona. Passes it over to Donovan Mitchell over on the far corner. He's trapped by Quentin Grimes. He swings it outside. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Mobley's 3 is good. It hit off the front side of the rim and trickled on in. He got the friendly roll there. 31-28, and now 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Maxey zigzagging past the defense. Mobley rejects him again. Another block by Cleveland's trees. Mitchell driving it inside, kicking it out to Hunter for the tie, and that's a good shot by DeAndre Hunter. Saw him, of course, against the 76ers back in 2021 when he was on the Hawks. I mean, he was doing stuff like that. 31-31. Excuse me, he actually didn't even play in the series, but I'm saying that during the season, he did that against the 76ers, not in the playoffs. I take back those words. Kelly Oubre's three-point shot, that's off the mark. Bona offensive rebound, a kick out to Walker for a 3. That one won't go. There's 3 seconds left. The shot clock's unplugged. Mitchell with a three-quarters court shot. That hit off the front of the rim, even though it was no good. And both teams have 31 points as they go into quarter number 2. We're tied at 31, and we'll be right back. We're going to take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. All right. What's going on, Sixer Nation? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. BW is in the chat. Everybody's on here, man. All the content creators putting out really good work, they are all on here. BW, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your words. I wish I felt the way. I mean, I'm happy that JT is here. No disrespect to him, but of course, you wanted to try to go for the big fish and weren't able to get the big fish. And I certainly relayed my thoughts about that. But you're more than welcome to go check it out. But speaking of checking things out, hey guys, you should go check out BW's content. He does a lot of baseball content on this channel. He primarily covers the Baltimore Orioles. He's also doing a lot of MLB The Show content right now as the offseason still continues. But we're not that far away from pitchers and catchers reporting to spring training, which is really exciting for all baseball nation. But again, regardless, make sure that you go check out BW. He does a fantastic job with play-by-play for the Baltimore Orioles. Yes, the next Sixers-Celtics game, that's on March 1st, my friend. March 1st, and I believe, without looking it up, it is in the Garden. Actually, I remember, yes, it is in the Garden. Don't know why I remember that date, but yes, March 1st, they play. So, that's a Sunday. That's a Sunday. Speaking of 3-1, we're tied 31-31 as we go into quarter number 2. Okay, Sixers did a lot of good things in that first quarter. The offense looked great. The passing was awesome. They capitalized a lot on Cleveland's turnovers, but the big Achilles heel was the offensive rebounding for the Cavaliers. The Sixers just could not match up size-wise against Cleveland, and it just felt like that Mobley, Allen, and even Tomlin were just getting down low to their spots, and they were giving Cleveland that extra sense of life. And you would see a lot of times on closeouts that the Sixers were giving up wide-open threes if that was the case. So Edgecombe will step back on in for the Sixers. Cleveland, by the way, did finish the quarter with an 8-0 run. That was the other thing, too, to note. So it wasn't necessarily the best ending for the 76ers. Edgecombe gets the handoff as he gives it back over to Oubre Jr., and we're going to have a whistle called against Cleveland. There were 12 seconds taken off of the game clock as the second quarter is underway. 11:48 to go. Very intense first quarter. How many days until spring training? We also have a technical foul issued as Quentin Grimes is going to shoot a free throw, 32-31. So was it a defensive 3-second violation? Is that what it was? I may have missed that. It was. It was on Naquan Tomlin, which is equivalent to a tech. So the Sixers do technically take the lead. Edgecombe hands it off to Paul George, who catches, tries to put up a trifecta, and Oubre gets the offensive board. Oubre puts up a shot, and he's fouled. Good job by Kelly Oubre Jr. jumping out of the gym over DeAndre Hunter, who just fouled Kelly Oubre, and he will earn his stripes at the line. Excellent plug, JJ. Thanks so much. Yeah, spring training came out. O's local channel carrying 20 games plus the WBC a month from now. It's full tilt, baby. Yes, sir. Yes. 33-31, Sixers in the driver's seat right now. Oubre, his second free throw. It's as good as gold. Excellent. 34-31, Kelly Oubre Jr., who missed about 6 weeks with the 76ers, dealing with a knee injury, is back for Philadelphia. This is his fourth game back for the 76ers. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for Cleveland as they tried to tie the game up, and they will not be able to do so. The three-pointer was off the mark, and about 2 Cavaliers tipped the ball, then 2 Sixers tipped it, and then it went off of a Cavaliers player, and it went out of bounds. It went off of Evan Mobley's fingertips, and the Sixers will get the ball back once again. There's Serena Winters. Wow, I remember when Serena Winters was working with the Philadelphia 76ers. She's with the Cavaliers. Forgot about that. That is correct. 34-31. Sixers lead it by 3. Leading the way for the 76ers in the scoring department is Joel Embiid. George feeds Edgecombe, and Edgecombe finishes business with the reverse layup. excellent play and a good pass by Paul George. How about VJ Edgecombe finishing with the tough angled shot there? It was not an easy layup. Speaking of not easy, Cleveland able to hit a floater, and that was fully contested. Could have had A defense, just A-plus offense. So the lead is down to 3 for the 76ers. Edgecombe made a bad pass, and Cleveland thought that they had the ball, but they're going to actually call a foul on Quentin Grimes. As Grimes was going on over to the ball, he was right next to VJ Edgecombe. He sort of swatted at Tomlin's hand, and they called personal foul, and Cleveland could tie it with a 3 or cut the deficit to 1 with a 2. Mitchell looking to attack down low, and he throws it away. It slipped out of his hands. It was supposed to be an alley-oop pass to Evan Mobley, but it went way on over his head. And it also went really fast, too. Wouldn't have been able to catch that. So the lead is 3 for the 76ers. Lots of dribble handoffs on this single possession by Philadelphia, but Bona goes down towards the lane and destroys the rim. Oh, what a play by Bona. He was shaking and baking that rim. 38-33. The rim is still up, by the way. Oh, man, why did I have to say that during the call? Here's another shot that's denied by Bona on the other side. It was a layup. Adem Bona making a statement. Paul George, though, turns it over, throws it away, and Bona with another rejection. Yes, so it's good. Adem Bona being the spark plug off of the Sixers bench. A 3 by Cleveland. That one won't go. Cleveland gets the offensive rebound. Donovan Mitchell puts up a tray, and that's a little bit off the mark. I don't know if he got credited for that second block there at Dembona. I thought he got a piece of it, but he certainly did a great job contesting it. George puts up a 3 again. That one's up, and that one is good. Paul George on fire for Philadelphia with 10 points. And Cleveland will burn another timeout. Let's go. Dude, that was awesome. Watching Adem Bona go flying over towards the rim, rattling it. Oh, gosh. That's great. Where I live now, they call it steak and cheese. What's up? Colton Berge is also here. Yes. 41-33. Sixers have an 8-point lead. A 10-2 run against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's nice because the Sixers were getting outclassed towards the end of the first quarter as Cleveland put up an 8-0 run in a span of 3.5 minutes. About 3.5 minutes. Sixers are 10-10 at home this year. They are 22-17 this season, and this is game 40 for them. As we mentioned this before, but they did lose the last game 133-107 against the Cavaliers. But they've been very good in this game so far. And, chat, my question to you that I would like to sort of pivot to is what have the 76ers done a great job at in this game so far that they didn't do a good job at in the last game? How do you think that they have just come out of these gates? I don't know if I like that one. Brian's here. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Let's go, Paul George, says Colton. Yeah. I think Paul George has actually played really, very well in this game. I think he's had a very good game for the 76ers, and that's also a positive sign, too. If Paul George is going to get you really nice passes, and he's going to play really good defense, and he puts up 17 points, I'm okay with that. I really am. B-Blazing again with another gifted membership. Congratulations, Sarah. And again, B-Blazing, big shout-out to you. Appreciate that, man. Wow. That is awesome. Oh, that's so sick. All righty. If you guys want to become a member, it is $2.99 a month. You get access to all these really cool 76ers emojis, and I love it when people comment those down below. But yeah, it's $2.99 a month. The more members we get, the more emojis we get, which is absolutely cool. That's so awesome. 41-33, Sixers lead it by 8 points. The Cavaliers did just burn their second time out. The Cavs, we didn't really talk about how they've done on the road, but they are a 9-9 team away from their stadium. 23-19 on the season, too. 41-33, Donovan Mitchell gets the inbound pass, and Cleveland out of the timeouts. And Sixers playing defense. Cleveland going from right to left. Mobley looking to dribble, find Donovan Mitchell off of a handoff, and Mitchell puts up a tray, and we have another foul called. The Sixers also have an offensive rating of 111.7 at home. Their defensive rating is at 112.7. And on the road, it's different. Their offensive rating is higher, and their defensive rating is lower when it comes to their road stats. 41-33 as the ball is inbounded, so it was not in the act of shooting, if you were wondering. Forgot to mention that. An inbound pass, or another pass, a bounce pass that goes to Donovan Mitchell. And we have another timeout called by Cleveland with 8:53 left to go in the second quarter. With 6 seconds left on the shot clock, something that Kenny Atkinson just did not like. Kelly Oubre got called for a personal foul as he made contact with Donovan Mitchell's left knee. And the Cavs will take some time. Feels good to be winning this game, says B-Blaze. And yeah, it does. They just got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. And I know that I use that analogy quite a little bit. But they need to just not let the game get away from them. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you see a lot of times in the NBA, especially over the years, that a team, with the way that they play, it's a huge part of their identity, right? It sort of goes hand in hand. So what I mean by that is you have a team that plays very fast, but that can also slow the game down. And I feel like that's a big part of the 76ers identity. I think that they're really good at changing speeds when everybody is healthy. They can play slow, meaning that they can get you to foul them when Joel Embiid has a one-on-one situation. But they can also play up-tempo. They can outrun you at times. The only problem that they have, again, when it comes to roster construction, is size. That, to me, is the only issue when I look at the 76ers today on January 16th of 2026. But it does feel good to be winning this game. Cleveland will make their adjustments. Kenny Atkinson's a very good head coach. But again, they're without Darius Garland. And can the 76ers continue to adjust with what Cleveland does? I don't know. I have no clue. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell icons too, folks. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Joel does have 13 points. Paul George has 10. Cavs have already burned 3 timeouts already. Oubre got called with a personal foul. Ooh, man. Tyson, by the way, for Cleveland, does have 14 points. I keep forgetting to mention that. Tyrese Proctor will step in for the Cavaliers, too. Tyrese, 21 years old from Duke, was a Blue Devil and was taken as the 11th to last pick, I should say. He was 49th overall pick by Cleveland in the 2025 draft. Okay, so the 76ers have an 8-point lead. Adem Bona's defense has been phenomenal, and his explosiveness has been great as well. And that is what has led to the 76ers going on this awesome 10-2 run to start off the second quarter. There is still 6 seconds left on the shot clock. The Cavaliers, again, are going to inbound the basketball. Tyson has 14, Mobley has 7, Allen has 4, Mitchell has 3, and so does Hunter in the scoring department for the Cavaliers. So, Mitchell is going to inbound it over from the far sideline. Hands it off over to Tyrese Proctor. Proctor with another handoff pass, and that's going to go up, and that's no good. The time was running out, and Cleveland had to force up a shot, and the Sixers defense stands strong. The shot that was missed by DeAndre Hunter is now back on defense. Sixers have Paul George with the ball. A little bit of contact down low. They don't call it. George gets it back as he takes it on over towards the logo. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Steps over towards the right side. Puts up a tray. And jumping for the board is Hunter. 10-2 run again over the last 3.5 minutes by Philadelphia. Proctor is trapped in the corner. Paul George doing a good job guarding him, and he gets out of the corner. He'll pass it on over to Proctor. Proctor back to Mobley for a far wing 3, and it's a little bit short, and the Sixers have numbers on the other side. Edgecombe trying to find a rolling Bona towards the rim. Bona had to get his feet set. He had 2 defenders on him. He caught the ball. He laid it up, and he laid it on in, and Bona continues to go off in this second quarter. Proctor gets a 3-point shot up, and it's good. I don't know how he did it. He had an off-balance shot. He was able to catch the ball, get VJ Edgecombe the pump fake, and he sold him, and then was still able to hit it off balance, and the lead is back to 7. Proctor again gets a steal and puts it down with both hands. The steal came off of the bad dribble by VJ Edgecombe, and Cleveland, I should say Tyrese Proctor, on a 5-0 run. And now it's a 5-point game. Kelly Oubre just threw the ball away, attempted to find George over on the near corner towards the baseline, and Donovan Mitchell, who gets it on the baseline for Cleveland, just got fouled. So the Sixers just had 2 bad, costly turnovers, and Cleveland trying to take advantage. That's not what you want. The transition game for the Sixers was really good up until that point. And then Tyrese Proctor got a little bit of momentum. As soon as he got the 3, sort of went off. 7:05 left to be played in the second quarter. Porter driving inside, hesitating, giving it back, and another 3-pointer. The bank is closed as it was off by DeAndre Hunter. Jared Allen, offensive rebound, and Cleveland makes the Sixers pay as Tyson knocks down a 3. And just like that, within the blink of an eye, it's an 8-0 run by the Cavs, and Nick Nurse wants to stop the bleeding. That's why he will call a timeout with 6:50 remaining in the second quarter. So as soon as we praise the 76ers, well, they start to fall apart. But that's the game of basketball, right? It's a game of runs. It's all about pacing, and not really surprised with how that sequence went. But we'll see if they can play better. Tyrese has been playing bad today. He did last game too. He's got to come back strong, says B-Blaze. And what you talking about? Tyrese Proctor's going off. Had to get you there. I don't know if that was a good joke or not. It's probably a bad joke, but it is what it is. You know, I realize sometimes I think a joke is funny in the moment, and then I look back at myself, and I'm like, I didn't sell the joke there. I didn't do a good job at doing that. I got to sell it. Just like sometimes in the NBA, you see players selling calls, right? Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't even trying to make a joke there, but I was actually trying to make an analogy, and then it, for some reason, got a little bit awkward. But that's okay. That's all right. How many people do we have tuning on in over on the YouTube side of things? If you are on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button. Guys, definitely make a difference by doing that. 60 people on Play-by-Play with JJ tuning on in from all over the world, and we have 34 likes. An 8-0 run by the Cavaliers. Sixers looking to respond and get out of their funk. George gets the inbound pass, swings it to Barlow on the near corner, finds Embiid right in front of him. Embiid guards, or is being guarded by Allen, takes a dribble, puts up a jump shot, and it's going to hit off the back of the rim. Cleveland has numbers out in transition. Sixers a little bit slow. Porter Jr. tries to go up with a floater inside, and we have a shooting foul called. Looks like Grimes got a piece of Proctor's hands, or Porter's hands, and he did. And Cleveland has a chance to tie this game. They do. We're not even halfway done this second quarter. Almost, though. And Porter's foul shot is going to hit off the front side of the rim and trickle out. YouTube. How they getting all these steals? Let's go. I hope I say this correctly over on the Twitch side. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The Sentinel. Thank you so much for coming on. Porter does miss the second foul shot, goes 0 for 2 from the line, and Paul George snags his miss. Sixers lead it by 2 points. Barlow to Paul George. Sixers get into their offensive set, and George nearly threw it away. Barlow back to Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid at the top of the key, looking to hand it off over to Tyrese Maxey. 3 seconds left. Maxey gives it back to Embiid, who gets into the dunker spot and lays it up and in. Actually got on over towards the left hash mark on the left side of the lane, but still, good shot by Embiid. Here is Donovan Mitchell handing it off to DeAndre Hunter as he parts the Red Sea and scoops and scores on the right side of the rim, right side of the lane, 45-43. Sixers up by only 2 points with 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go. We have another stoppage in play and another foul called in this game. Sixers have put up 14 points in this second quarter so far. The shooting started off great. Adem Bona was doing an incredible job at being explosive, but the Cavaliers have certainly made their counterpunch. Hunter was issued the personal foul, and DeAndre, that's only his first foul of the game. Actually, it's his second. Embiid rolling towards the basket again, and another foul. Another one. With 5:31 to go, it was on Jared Allen, and Embiid's going to go back to the line. Yes, sir, you got it. Love this sort of coverage, says the Sentinel. I appreciate it, man. I got to get over stumbling or stuttering. Tonight, it's been a bad issue. First free throw by Joel. Got it. And the lead is up to 3. Trenton Watford is going to step on in for Philadelphia. Good to see him out there. This is another guy who, before he got hurt, was at times playing really well for the 76ers when they needed him to step up. But overall this year, 7.1 points per game and shooting 53% from the field. Did play in 17 minutes against the Cavaliers, only put up 3 points, though, and 4 assists. And 2 boards. Here is foul shot number 2 by Joel Embiid, and he is now 6 for 6 tonight.
Excellent.
Proctor with a tray on the other side. Bingo. Tyrese Proctor from Duke just going off. And the Sixers have not provided a response to him. Maxey back to Embiid. His foul line J rolls out towards the left side. Tried to rim it around the world, and it did not go down. All right, Porter again passing it down low and hands it off over to Tyson. And Tyson finds a backdoor cutting Allen towards the lane, and he couldn't get it off on the right angle. So now Watford, who got the rebound, tries to lay it up and in and finish coast to coast. It's good, and the lead is back to 3 for Philadelphia. Porter driving past the lane, gets his defender on a pump fake, goes up with a shot, and that one won't go either. Grimes out in transition, finds Barlow on the far corner at the three-point line. They swing it around the timeline, and the ball finds Tyrese Maxey. Maxey to Grimes, a catch-and-shoot 3. It was just a little bit too strong. Oh, he had the look, just could not capitalize. Too strong of a shot there by him. Sixers are 4 for 13 from downtown. The Cavaliers, they're shooting 50%, and they're 8 for 16 from beyond the arc. Another bounce pass, and that goes to DeAndre Hunter, and his baseline 15-foot J is up and in. And the Cavs are all of a sudden down by 1 point with 3:50 remaining. and we have another stoppage in play. Trendon Watford and Jared Allen having some words with each other after Tyrese Proctor got called for a personal foul. Actually, we're not going to lose if he's in the game. I would put money on it, says B Blazin'. Man. We're not going to lose if Maxey's in the game. Well, yeah, yeah. I think you have your best chance of winning if Tyrese Maxey's in the game for sure. If that's what you're saying. Embiid gets the inbound pass and dumps it back off to Trendon Watford. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid to Maxey. He lets it fly. Can't get it. Offensive board by Philadelphia. Embiid with a Euro step trying to go down the lane, and it was a little bit strong again. Sixers are a little bit off balance. They're out in a funk. That's not what you want. Donovan Mitchell gets out of his funk and snaps up a 3 and lights it up from downtown. That was from 25 feet. Do the Sixers have a response? Here's Edgecombe finding a wide-open Maxey, and Maxey's tray is good. There's the answer that the Sixers were looking for. 52-51, 3 minutes left to go in this second quarter of basketball. Let's make sure that we go back to the vertical monologue. There it is, 2:56 remaining in the second quarter of the game, and another foul called. As soon as I make a nice call, I realize that I'm not on the correct screen on the vertical side, and that just absolutely irks me. But it's all right. It is what it is. Chat, how we feeling? How we feeling tonight, man? What's the final score of this ball game going to be? And who's going to get the W? Jared Allen is at the line. Watford got called for a personal foul. Cleveland is in the bonus. Foul shot number 1 was good, and foul shot number 2 will give Cleveland the lead. And we ride the seesaw. 2:50 remaining in the first half. Maxey, Edgecombe, Embiid, Barlow, and Watford. That is the 5. And the Sixers are going to get an inbound pass here, as the ball was last touched by Cleveland. We have a couple other games going on right now. The Clippers are down by 9 with 1:13 remaining in the first quarter. The Nets also lead it by 4. Paul George is back in for the Sixers, and Dominic Barlow will have a seat next to Kelly Oubre Jr. George with a handoff pass to Tyrese Maxey. Gets his defender on skates. Maxey, though, passes it back and gets it back from Trendon Watford. Here's a pump fake. Here's a little hezzy. And Maxey, as he went over towards the far corner, had to throw it off of the shoe of Jared Allen. And 0.3 seconds are left on the shot clock, so they've got to be careful here. They got to get an alley-oop pass or something. Maxey looking to give it up. He finds Embiid. Embiid's three-point shot. That actually didn't count. Got it off as quickly as he could, but it was after the shot clock violation. Only had 0.3 of a second to shoot it. I'm surprised that they didn't want to go for an alley-oop pass. They took a 3 instead. 2:32 remaining in the second quarter. Joseph is here. What's going on, man? How are you? 122 Sixers, 115 Cavs, says the Sentinel. Most definitely. That sounds good. Here's Maxey coming away with a steal like he's a safety. Look out below. He just dumped the ball. And the Sixers get the lead back. Bad play by Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Maxey to the rescue. Let's go. All right, the lead is back for Philadelphia, and we have another foul called on the other side. 2:03 remaining in the second quarter. VJ Edgecombe got issued with another personal. Tyrese Maxey, as far as his steals today, we've talked a lot about that this year, but in today's game, well, he's done a very good job at stealing the ball. He has 4 steals in this first half, folks. 4 steals. 111-110, says Earth Mystery as the final score for Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey, speaking of steals, is 4th in the league in steals per game. Right behind Dyson Daniels for that number 3 spot. 9 points, 5 steals, and 4 assists for Tyrese Maxey. Did I say 5 steals? Did I say 5? I meant to say 4. Right? 4. 4 steals. 4 steals. and 5 assists. Yes. 1:50 left to go in the second quarter. 55-54 is the score, as both foul shots were good by Cleveland. Here's Embiid swinging it around over towards the near side. Grimes puts up a tray, and that's going to be marked out of bounds, hit off the back of the rim, and then just hit the shot clock. And Cleveland will get another possession out of this with 1:41 to go. 117-115. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, Cavs lead it by 1. Donovan Mitchell being heavily guarded by Quentin Grimes is off balance. Has to pass it out over to Mobley. Wide open for a tray. No good there. And Grimes chases it down for Philadelphia. Maxey back to Embiid. Down low on the block. Embiid, you saw he had an advantage, and Embiid fades away, goes up with a 2, and he gets pushed and shoved by Mobley. And we will have some more foul shots for the big fella, Joel Hans Embiid. Let's go. Embiid carrying the workload with 17 points. Only has 1 rebound, though, and 1 assist, but he's getting it done scoring the basketball. Embiid, Maxey, and George in this game have scored 36 of the 55 points for Philadelphia. And Embiid is going to tie the game. We miss wide open threes. Oh, my gosh. Hit your shot, please. Miss wide open threes. Hit your shot, man. I feel like that's you. 55-55. I feel like that's how all Sixers fans are, though. And that's a good thing. I didn't mean to single you out. 56-55 as Joel Embiid is now 8 for 8 from the line. Excellent. Donovan Mitchell just missed a 3 for Cleveland, and the Sixers look to add on to their lead right now. Watford back to Embiid over on the foul line extended, and he'll take it on over towards the baseline. Tries to back his defender down in the post. That's Evan Mobley, and Mobley just blocked Embiid's shot. He has to pass it, gives it back to Grimes. Grimes steps back, launches a 3, and connects. Oh, what a shot by Grimes. He had a hand in his face and was able to swish it. And now it's a 4-point lead for Philadelphia. Sixers trapped Donovan Mitchell. He has to throw it, and it goes out of bounds. Incredible trap there by the defense of the Philadelphia 76ers. That was Watford and Grimes doing a good job communicating over towards the near sideline. Maxey out in transition, puts up a 3, and that one won't fall. Donovan Mitchell jumps up for another board. And 5 seconds differentiate in the shot clock from the game clock. A fast-paced game between the Sixers and the Cavs, and both teams pretty much playing a nice game of chess, if you will. 13 seconds left to go in the second quarter. All eyes on DeAndre Hunter. Hunter throws it away. George gets a steal. Watford to Grimes. Wide open 3. Again, it's good. A corner J by Quentin Grimes. He's not Ghostbusters. He's Quentin Grimes. That's who you call. And speaking of the Cavaliers, they just put up a 3 again at the buzzer, and it was no good. 62-55. A great closeout to that second quarter by Quentin Grimes and the Philadelphia 76ers, who lead it by 7 going on into halftime, folks. That was nice. Great end to the first half. And we'll see Act 2 in just a little bit. Oh, let's go. Drop those Grimes emotes. Let's go. All right, so we are going to go on into halftime. Folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. I've had quite a busy day content-wise, covering the Phillies news and this Sixers game, of course. But as far as the game goes, one word to describe the first half would be blank. One word to describe the first half would be blank. I don't know. I don't know what a good word to describe that first half would be, but what I will tell you is that I enjoyed how the 76ers played when Adem Bona came out firing in that second quarter to start things off. Cleveland went on an 8-0 run to end the first quarter, and you needed some type of juice. And I really was impressed with what Adem Bona's explosiveness looked like when he came off the bench. We've seen this year that the 76ers have had moments where guys on the bench just couldn't find their rhythm, couldn't get into a groove. And the pace that Bona was playing at, it actually looked like, when I'm watching him out there, that he looked like that somebody pushed him. And he snapped back, and he came out firing with punches. Right? He had that edge to him. And that was, I believe, my favorite part of that first half. Not only seeing him explode towards the rim, but then get back on defense, recognize where the pass was going, and then just being an ultimate rim protector there. That was a good flash. That was a good flash of positivity for the 76ers in that moment, in that particular part of the game. The passing was good. We saw a lot of nice ball movement from the 76ers on offense. And we saw guys hit wide open shots towards the end, including Quentin Grimes. And when the ball is just going through the hoop, the job gets a lot easier when it comes to just the play calling and when it comes to execution, of course. What has to be better is the defense. You gave them 20 attempts from 3 in the first half. They made 9. It got a little bit better towards the end of the second quarter. Saw Donovan Mitchell miss. I thought that the Sixers made a couple of adjustments on the closeouts. But the guy that's really going off, besides Jalen Tyson, is Tyrese Proctor. And when the Sixers responded on that 10-0 run, led by Adem Bona, here came Tyrese Proctor making his points. He got a nice little 3 after he made a tough layup. I believe it was a tough layup. I can't seem to remember right now. But I know that he scored 8 straight points for Cleveland and started to get his points up and going. But then the Sixers responded yet again. So, it's a game of chess. Each team is making their moves. Sixers had pawn D4. Maybe this was bad. And then the Cavs responded by putting the knight out. You know? You get my point. You get it. One word to describe that. Good D. It's 2 words. Tight, says Steve. B. Blazin says happy. While I went on my little soliloquy there, I did think of a word. And then I had it. I lost it. It slipped on out of my hand. And now I have to find a way to get it back. Darn it. It was flashy. It was flashy. Not sexy, but you had a lot of nice offensive plays on both sides. I think flashy is the best term that I can come up with. But yeah, maybe not my best. But that's what I would say. Back-to-back blocks, too. Yeah, you're right. The back-to-back blocks were awesome by Bona. Just playing solid defense, and the Sixers have needed this type of a spark plug off the bench, and they're getting it tonight from Bona. And I'll take it. It's not going to happen every night, but tonight it's his. It was his first half coming off the bench. So it's a part of the story, and see how he continues to do and if other people can step up as well. But the bench looks good. Getting a lot of nice play from Bona and from Grimes over the last second quarter, if you will. Oubre had a couple of nice plays as well. I liked how he was able to cut over to the basket and get himself a layup to go. Also had a nice little pass to Embiid on an assist, and he got a rebound. So I will take that. I will. Joseph says, Eagles choked. Maybe the 76ers got something going. I hope so. Been a rough month living in a motel, JJ. Oh, man, Joseph, I'm happy to see you on here. I really am. I'm happy to see you on here. And it's really good to see you, my friend. It just is. But I do hope that things get better. I do. What else do we got? I give them a B- for the first half. B- grade-wise? Okay. I can live with that. I would give them a B. I would upgrade it to a B, but the only reason why that I give them a B is because of their bench play. But if you want to be critical about the defense, I hear you. I know that some people are more defensive-minded, so they care more about defense than they do offense in certain aspects of the game. And so they're tougher when it comes to grading. So I hear you. I don't think that that's a bad take. I would say B. That's just my opinion, though. But B-, not bad. Not bad. I'm happy because we got destroyed the other night from them. We're leading at halftime, so I'm pretty happy, says B Blazin. Yeah, I'm happy with how things overall have looked. Obviously, there's going to be plays that you're going to want to have back. Obviously, there's possessions that were not good that the 76ers couldn't capitalize on. But when they went on their runs, I didn't think that when the Sixers got punched in the mouth, they responded. They made a statement. And then Cleveland punched them in the mouth, and then the Sixers responded again. It didn't necessarily start off that way. It didn't feel good at the very beginning, but it tied it up at the end of the first half, or at the end of the first quarter, Cleveland, as the Sixers sort of got their wheels under them. And then in the second quarter, they again had their run. Cleveland had theirs again, and then the Sixers did a better job taking over. All right, give me a second to just breathe, relax, and catch my breath a little bit. And I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back at 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, see you then. Don't go anywhere. the very first time, my name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live for Sixers action, for Phillies action, and for Eagles action as well. We should be ready to start off the second half in just a little bit. Just as far as how the Sixers have done in the first half, they do lead at 62-55. They shot the ball a little bit better from three towards the second part of the second quarter, I would say. They're at 35% now. Cleveland's at 45% from downtown. But I'll tell you, the Sixers, they were getting out-rebounded in the very beginning of the game, but they were a little bit more physical, a little bit more tenacious, if you will, when it comes to fighting for loose balls and coming away with steals. They played more physical and had a more dominant transition game in the second quarter, I would say, too. So you've got to be happy about that, and you have to be very pleased with how many turnovers they've caused the Cavaliers. I actually remember one specific play where Watford and Grimes got to the far sideline on the perimeter as Mitchell got the ball. Mitchell got it about like 4 inches. He got it about like 13 inches away from that sideline, and then they sort of backed him into a corner, making him being forced to throw the ball. And then Embiid stepped up on defense. There were 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and he forced, it was somebody else, I believe it was Proctor, to take an off-balance three. But the point is that the trap that the Sixers made on that particular possession was just something that was eye-popping to me. Because how many times this year have I even called, if you've been listening to me, how many times have I said that the 76ers made a good trap on defense? I don't usually say that. I don't. So that was just like one specific play that stood out to me, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. They played a good brand. Stuff still has to be cleaned up. Stuff is still not fully complete, but yeah. All right, we're ready to start off quarter number 3. Sixers lead at 62-55. The Sixers will get the basketball to start off the second half because Cleveland won opening tip-off. Embiid has 19 points. He's 5 for 12 in this game from the field. Tyson has 19 as well, and he is shooting 60% from downtown. So here we go, 62-55, as the Sixers have the ball and move from right to left in their red and white jerseys. Maxey in the Sixers front course gives it back to Paul George, and George's tray is short. Embiid with the offensive rebound, thought about putting up a shot, and instead backs down Jared Allen, tries to post him up, fades away with a 2, and gets it to fall again. Cleveland has not scored a field goal in their last 3 minutes and 51 seconds of gameplay. Mobley airballed a floater, gave it back to Donovan Mitchell, and Mitchell stepped on out of bounds. Or was it Mobley who stepped out of bounds right before the pass? Yep, his right foot was on the line, over on the baseline, and it'll be 76ers basketball. They lead it by 9 points with 11:20 to go in quarter number 3. Okay, Maxey works around the screen, takes it towards the left side of the perimeter, and now bounces it over to George. Another bounce pass to Embiid again, trying to go to work against Jared Allen. No look pass back to Paul George. George to Embiid, another jump shot, and another make over Jared Allen. He is unstoppable and untouchable as well. Also give credit to Paul George with a nice pass and a good feed. 4 assists for Paul George. Another 3 by Tyson, and again, nobody closed him out. He's hitting the corner threes wide open, and he's getting a lot of space too. George looks to take it up inside, and we have a blocking foul called. It's an offensive foul called on Paul George. I didn't think that was an offensive foul. I thought that Jared Allen did not have his feet set, and I don't think he was in the restricted area either. And the Sixers will challenge this. 10:38 to go in the third quarter, and they will go back the refs to the scorer's table. Oh, man. Okay, smashed. I'll smash from my laptop when I get back to the tele. Hey, PAS is here. It's been a minute. Yes, PAS. Wait, where are you? Where's PAS? Is it safe to be here tonight? Says PAS. Oh, man. PAS. I haven't had a chance to text you today, but congratulations on Bo Bichette. Congratulations on that. Yeah, no, you're always safe to be here. For sure. Guys, make sure you go follow PAS. You don't even have to be a Mets fan. If you like listening to other baseball content creators, and if you enjoy listening to Jets games, or if you follow the Jets, and if you follow the Flyers, that is your man. That is your guy. He'll also be, I believe, covering the rest of the NFL playoffs. I don't want to misspeak for that. Maybe I just put words into your mouth. But go check out my man PAS and drop your link down below, my friend. Pure Adrenaline Sports. Yes, he's here. Is Stream Element a robot? If you go back to other content creators' chats, they have these bots. Yeah, the robot. They have they're bots, right? I have timers that are out there. I might want to slow those timers down, and I will make a note to do that. Unfortunately, sometimes when it comes to doing these basketball streams, you never know how many people are going to pop on in. So when there's a crowd of like 60 people, I want more people to see, especially if the chat's going by a little bit faster. So it's a little bit hard to judge. But yes, B Blazing, yes, says Joseph, yeah. We'll take a sip of water. Anybody watching anything good on Netflix? Watching anything good on Netflix? Let me know. The call is going to be overturned. The Sixers will retain their timeouts. Now, as far as what the verdict is, you'll have to give me a second. They're going over to the mic now. Right? They say on ESPN that the call is overturned. On the broadcasting side of things, they have not confirmed that yet, but that's also because we're delayed. All right, so let's hear. Mitchell hits Paul George prior to any contact. The challenge is successful. It's a defensive foul, Mitchell. 10:40 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. So the Sixers actually do win their challenge, and they lead at 66-58 as they will get the ball back. It was a personal on Donovan Mitchell, just his first foul of the game. 18 on the shot clock. George inbounds it over to Edgecombe, and they play hot potato, the Sixers. They give it back over to Maxey on the far side of the baseline. Maxey dribbling around the screen set by Embiid. Takes it over to the nail, floats it up, and he just mistimed it. It was short, but he volleyball tipped it over to VJ Edgecombe on the far side of the baseline towards the near side. Let's go. Embiid looking to try to post up Jared Allen again. Double team comes. He spins. He turns. He puts up a two. Almost got it to go. Barlow tries to save it, and he's marked on out of bounds. Barlow gave good effort there, just not able to keep his right foot in. As soon as he tried to jump for the ball and get it, it was marked on out of bounds. Not a bad play by the Sixers. Embiid, I thought he was going to pass it. He did not, though. Mitchell looking to go up against Embiid, and a foul is issued as he took it towards the paint and got fouled and hacked on the hand by Tyrese Maxey. But yes, I'm happy to see you, man. But yeah, big congratulations to the Bo Bichette signing for you. I'm not mad at the Mets personally. I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'm a little bit upset that he went to the Mets, but I'm more so. I mean, I talked about it all in my live stream that I did earlier. That wasn't my main frustration. It was really more so at the organization. 66-58. Mitchell at the line. He missed the first free throw. The second one, he makes up for it and connects. So that means he goes 1 for 2 from the line. 46 people watching, 48 likes. Not too shabby. Let's go. Edgecombe gets it for the Sixers. Looks to bounce past it over to Dominic Barlow, and it went into no man's land. Not able to get on the same page, Edgecombe and Barlow, and that's what causes another turnover by Philadelphia. That is their 9th turnover of the game. Yes, it is. Their 7th, actually. Mobley looking to attack over towards the rim, and a reverse floater is no good. But Cleveland gains possession and has extra life once again. Porter catches, puts up a 3 in the face of Joel off the dribble. God, what a shot. He is unconscious right now. And it's a 4-point lead for Philadelphia again. Maxey looking to get a bounce pass from Embiid, and Embiid released it way too soon, and an easy takeaway by Cleveland. Mitchell for another 3, and as it goes off of Evan Mobley's hand after the shot hit the backside of the rim, it'll be Philadelphia basketball. That could have been really bad there, and thank goodness the Sixers came away, or the Cavs came away with nothing. George again. Out in the Sixers offense, gives it back to Embiid for a wide-open corner 3, and he got it! Another tray by Joel. We talked about how many threes he's been attempting per game, but when the shot's going in, none of that matters. 69-62. Mobley with an attempt to answer on the other side, and he misses it, and it'll be Sixers ball as it goes out of bounds. 8:20 left to go in quarter number 3. And the Sixers are up by 7 points. Here we go. George looking to attack, looking to take a 3. And it hits off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound by Dominic Barlow. Maxey to Edgecombe, back to George in the lane. Good movement by the Sixers. Here's Embiid crossing over again, fading away, going up with a 2. No. And Allen comes up with his miss. That is his 3rd board tonight. Allen again looking to attack. Embiid tried to go up and stop him, and Jared Allen still had the force and connected on that 2-foot layup. Gosh, is that what they call it? They call it on ESPN a 2-foot 2-point shot. I guess that's technically correct. Maxey with a bounce pass to Embiid. Another foul line J. It is just automatic for him. It is automatic. Every time he's at the foul line, you can just pretty much guarantee it's going to go in. And Joel Embiid continues to take over in the 3rd quarter. Allen open, parting the Red Sea as a defender comes on him. Still couldn't finish the layup. And Embiid grabs his miss. And Maxey gets the outlet pass, looking to speed up out in transition and lay it up and in over Jared Allen. A big run by Philadelphia, and it's now a 9-point lead with 7:01 left in the 3rd quarter. Cleveland takes time. Let's go. Yes. Thanks for the stream, says Raffiana. Always apropos. APPO. Let's go. Drop those fires in the chat, baby. Drop the fire. Ready for baseball season to start for real. Yes, I love baseball. I love baseball too. I'll be live for both NFL playoff games tomorrow. Says PAS. I'm a little bit delayed. I apologize, my friend. Haven't decided on Flyers-Rangers game. We are getting snow tomorrow. I may need to take care of that. I hear you. Hear you loud and clear. Oh, snow. Snow, snow, snow. Baseball is the GOAT. Football is like ripping off a Band-Aid, says Joseph. Well, I guess the Phillies might say otherwise as far as individual teams go, but the sport, baseball is a fun one. Baseball is a fun sport, man. Can we please play smart basketball and stop making the game look hard, says O'Gluffy. Stop making the game look hard. You know, I think that maybe they heard you because they just went on a nice little run. And God, he got that one in. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Let's go. Let's go. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. The Sentinel says, what an amazing game so far. Yep, we like amazing games. Amazing games, for the most part, make very good casts. And it makes the job of a play-by-play broadcaster a lot easier. And that is from experience, for sure. When I used to have my spotting charts, and I would always use those for notes when I was preparing for games in person, I always thought, and I was actually told this, if you use more of your notes on your spotting chart, it means probably it was a bad game. It was a blowout, or it was just a game that was not close. And then if you most of the time, if you use less of your notes, then that's a good thing, because then that means that the game was very good. 9 times out of 10. That's not always correct, though, but for the most part, it was. And that's how it was for me. I always enjoyed. But then I would always say to myself, just to sort of counterpunch to counter what I said, I would be annoyed because I'd write down all those notes, and it's like, well, I didn't really use half of them, or not even most of them, so what the heck? Obviously, you got to do what you got to do, but how can you prepare for that, you know? Embiid is finding his range like a sniper. It's good. It's definitely a positive sign, and it's a good thing for him in this one. He's taking jump shots, and the jump shots are falling. His three is falling, and yeah, when the shots are going, it's a good day. When the shots aren't going, it's a bad day. Sixers got to play defense. Porter Jr., Allen, Tyson, Hunter, and Tomlin are out there for Cleveland. And Mitchell, 2 for 6 shooting-wise from the field. Maxey doing a better job against him. 73-64. Cleveland has only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Mitchell is trapped. He has to throw it over to Lonzo Ball on the far wing, and Ball banks it up and in. I mean, he got right on over towards that left hash mark on the left side of the lane and just released it quickly, hit the high floater, and banked it in. Sixers played good defense, but they couldn't close out there. 73-66. Edgecombe on the near wing, giving it over to Quentin Grimes. And Grimes has to pass it to Embiid. Embiid back to Grimes, who looked a backdoor cut towards the lane. And he got nicked up there. And we're going to have another foul. With 6:14 left to go in the third quarter, there were 6 seconds left on the shot clock, too. I couldn't tell who sort of tripped him up, but it was Naquan Tomlin, they just said. And Grimes will go to the line. Sky's the limit if Joel can be healthy at the end of the season, says B. Blazin. There's no doubt about that. Grimes makes the first foul shot, and the lead has been increased to 8. If the Sixers do win tonight, they would be 1.5 games above the Cavaliers. So the Cavs would fall 23-20, and the Sixers would gain a game and be up 23-7. Would be 23-17. Here we go. Grimes did miss the second free throw. Here comes a rolling Tomlin on the other side off the assist by Jalen Tyson, and Oubre fouls him. He just exploded right to the rim. and he will go to the line for one more. Had some words to say to Joel Embiid. And now it's a 5-point game as the conversion is good. The old-fashioned three-point play, they call it. 5:50 remaining in quarter number 3. Maxey, Euro step down the lane. Could not hit the shot. Puts his hands up. And Cleveland has momentum again. They're off to the races. Mitchell with a drive towards the basket. That was Hunter, and Hunter makes the layup on the scoop and score. Now it's only a 3-point game. Embiid backing down Jared Allen in the post. Can he beat him again to the punch? He spins, he turns, he tries to lay it up and in. No, Oubre there to the rescue, and he provides the counter punch. Just able to tip it in with the offhand. And the finger roll touch. It's good. 76-71. Allen nearly lost the ball. Has to find a shooter outside. Maxey got a hand on Tyson's dribble. And so he gets a steal. Oubre to Maxey. A transition 3. Short. And Cleveland attacking again. Out in transition. And we have another foul. It's on Grimes. And Grimes saying, review this. Looked like I thought he got elbow there. They call shooting foul on Grimes. Nurse puts his hands up over on the sideline as he's sitting down on the bench. But no challenge is going to be utilized. Tyson at the charity stripe. Free throw number 1. Got it. We want to face the Pistons again. I'll take the Pistons, man. 76-72. Foul shot number 2. That one is good. By Jalen Tyson. He has 28 points, folks. This guy averages 12.8 points per game. And he has 28 in this game. Edgecombe to Embiid on the low block. Embiid takes a jab step, and Allen fouls him. And more free throws coming up for the big fella. Allen's been struggling against Joel in this one. Not an easy guy to guard. That's for sure. Going back to Jalen Tyson, he did have 23 points about 3 games ago, and that was against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then he had 11 points and then 12 points. He's been playing more minutes, for sure. And has been a very effective scorer off Cleveland's bench. But again, Darius Garland, they miss him, and Tyson, the 23-year-old, able to get minutes, and he's been shooting the ball very well. Can't really say anything bad. Are you going to do live for both football games tomorrow? No. We're doing 2 college basketball games, and then we're doing the 49ers game at night at 8 o'clock. So that'll be cool. Embiid knocks down the first foul shot. And foul shot number 2, automatic.
Excellent.
78-73. Philadelphia up by 5. Porter Jr. looking inside, outside to Hunter. And Hunter tries to go down the lane. He's trying to hit a reverse dunk with the left hand, and he just mistimed it. Cleveland again an offensive rebound. And another drive to the basket by Porter, and it's good. Was that Tyson? It was. Jalen Tyson, 30 points. He is just taking it right to the cup, and he's making it look so easy now. He is toying with the Sixers defense and tearing them apart. Maxey off balance, baseline J, and just a little bit off angle. And Cleveland looking to try to potentially tie it here with a 3, or making it a 1-point game with a 2. Porter zigzagging. Porter spinning, turning, putting up another turnaround jump shot, and Watford catches his miss. Here comes Joel Embiid rolling past Jared Allen off balance, spinning and rolling on the ground, and he's fouled hard. He got tripped up there by Allen, and he gets helped up by Kelly Oubre Jr., lifting all 280 pounds off the 7-foot monster and picking him up. Every time Embiid falls, I mean, you just sort of cringe a little bit, and you think to yourself, well, hopefully that's not anything bad. And it wasn't, but he did go falling down. 3:32 to go in quarter number 3. Joel Embiid, have yourself a game. 30 points. And the first foul shot is no good. Is that Jay Didinger? I think it is. On the NBC Sports crew. Yeah. 78-75. Working the camera. I met Jay. He's a nice guy. Also worked at NFL Films. 78-75. Foul shot number 2. Bingo for Joel.
Excellent.
3:20 to go in the third quarter. Ball puts up a shot, and the baby floater won't go. Grimes rebound, outlet pass to Oubre, who's off to the races, scoops and scores, and gets the left-handed underhanded floater to go. It was really a layup, and he got it on the left side of the lane. 6-point lead for Philadelphia. Mitchell back in the game for Cleveland. He's activated, finding Hunter downhill, getting it blocked and denied by number 21. That's Joel Embiid. Grimes driving, Grimes cooking, and hitting the layup again. Philadelphia has momentum, and it's now an 8-point lead for the 76ers. Nice pass by Embiid, and a phenomenal finish by Quentin Grimes. He is now 10. Another person in double figures for Philadelphia. Mobley, and finding a floater. That's Naquan. That's Naquan Tomlin. Just got the left-handed floater to go. Grimes, Embiid, Maxey, Watford, and Oubre out there for the Sixers. Here comes Tyrese Maxey passing it to Joel Hans Embiid, and he's going to try to turn around and kick it out over to Grimes, who puts up another tray. Too much mustard on that one, and ball comes up with his miss. Out in transition is Donovan Mitchell, who throws it down. It was an alley-oop pass to Evan Mobley, and it's back to a 4-point ball game. That's the 4th alley-oop pass that Cleveland has provided in this game. Maxey trying to get the screen. Nobody's moving. Maxey, though, crosses over, finds Oubre wide open for a tray. Got it! They needed that shot for sure. And Kelly Oubre get himself another bucket in this game. Here's again Naquan Tomlin looking down and throwing it down over Joel Embiid. Again, the strong finishes, the flashiness, if you will, in this game between both teams. Embiid working up against Evan Mobley, and he's going to go up with a layup inside. It was a tough 2, and Watford tips it up and in. He's there to follow through and throw it down the hatch. Tyrese Maxey almost got a steal out in transition, and it went on out of bounds. Reese touched it last. 57 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Sixers defense, Joel Embiid, doing an incredible job protecting the rim in this third quarter for the most part. But both teams, I mean, it's really like a playoff type of an atmosphere with the way that things are going. Adembona will come on in for Joel and play the rest of the 57 seconds of this third quarter. Mitchell back to Tomlin. Tomlin rolling downhill, giving it back to Mobley, and we have another foul. Mobley was down underneath the basket, and Watford got him on, or it was Bona that got him on the right hand. And we'll have some more free throws. Chat, how we feeling, man? How we feeling, chat? Jason Tatum, if Jason Tatum was in Boston, they would be scary. Boston's not that scary. Play offenses is a different scenario. We will be ready. Dexter's here. He says, what's up, JJ? What's going on, Dexter? How you doing, my friend? 88-82. Don't forget tomorrow, folks, we have 2 college basketball games that we're doing. One of them is going to be at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The game that we're covering at the 12 o'clock hour is UConn versus Georgetown. And then we got another game at 4 o'clock as the foul shot was no good by Cleveland. Maxey gets the ball and a turnover by Tyrese Maxey, giving it back to Lonzo Ball, and Naquan Tomlin again just absolutely exploding, lighting up fireworks in the dunker spot and throwing down another jam. 88-84. 8 seconds now differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. We'll talk a little bit more about the schedule in just a little bit. Let's just wait till the end of the third quarter. Grimes over on the near side, handing it off to Tyrese Maxey, who's at the foul line. Bounce pass to Watford. Pump fake. Hezzy giving it back to Maxey, who crosses over, steps back, launches a three. Gun it! Another one by Tyrese Maxey. 8.7 seconds left to go. Ball gets the inbound pass. They got to hurry. Donovan Mitchell gets into the front court. The ball goes off of his leg, and Naquan Tomlin puts up a tray on the near side of the corner, and it's no good. They did not call a ball violation because it hit off of Donovan Mitchell's left knee, and then it just found Naquan Tomlin in the corner. It was desperate, of course, and he had to put up the shot. But the Sixers are going to go into the fourth quarter with a 7-point advantage. 91-84 is your score. Just to get back on track and talk a little bit more about tomorrow. So we are covering college basketball. I made the announcement over on my YouTube community, so you can go check that out. That's cool. But yes, we are trying to do some more content. We want to try to grow the community even more this year, and that's going to take, obviously, more and more work on my end. Now you can see me. There we go. That's better. Hello, everybody. So tomorrow, yes, we have 2 college basketball games, and then we're doing the 49ers and Seahawks game at 8 o'clock. But the 12 o'clock game that we have tomorrow, the first college basketball game, is going to be Georgetown against UConn. That'll be at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, as we just mentioned. And at 4 o'clock, Michigan is taking on the Oregon Ducks. And that game will be at 4 o'clock. So we hope to see you all there. All right. Oh, man. How's everybody feeling, man? I actually like this year's Celtics team a lot, says Earth Mystery, more than last year's team. Really? Yeah, I would actually argue, and I would say that the Boston Celtics, with Jaylen Brown becoming the number 1 option, Jaylen Brown is shutting up the critics. What do I mean by that? Overpaid role player. I would also hear most overpaid role player in NBA history. Guys, Jaylen Brown is far from a role player. I heard a lot of those. I did. But he's playing very well. And it's not obviously just him. They've had a lot of other guys step up too. Derek White still playing at a very good level. Peyton Pritchard shooting the ball very well this year. Anthony Simons has been playing okay. But they're also getting some really nice play from guys off the bench like Xavier Tillman. Luka Garza has been doing a nice job, averaging 4.3 rebounds per game. But they're getting nice contributions. They have size. They have youth. And, yeah, I don't think that they're a bad team. I don't. But, again, when the Sixers are healthy, and if they were to play them in the 7-game series, I would take the Sixers. I just would. So, Sonic says, fire Rob. Oh, sorry, wrong sport. Fire Rob. Fire Rob. If the Sixers lose, fire Rob. Just kidding. All right, we're going into the fourth quarter. 91-84. Philadelphia has 4 timeouts left. Tyrese Proctor back on in for DeAndre Hunter. BJ Edgecombe and Paul George enter in for Philadelphia for Watford and Maxey. Okay, here we go. Lonzo Ball gets the ball for the Cavaliers. Bounce passes it over to Evan Mobley as he loses the ball again, and a fight for the loose ball on the ground between him and Paul George. and that will result in a jump ball. Are they going to take a timeout? Oh, they are. They will take a timeout here, and the Cavs and the Sixers are going to be back. I wonder why they took a timeout that early, because they only have 2 left. Just have 2 left. And I actually forgot to change this over to the full screen. I apologize. I'll be right back. I need to take a quick step off. Don't go anywhere. We're back into the swing of things. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a fantastic day. Oh, I think I may have figured out something. That's interesting. All right, but yes, my name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. The reason why the Cavs called a timeout was because Jalen Tyson, it looked like he had a towel on his right butt cheek, and he is over on the bench. They were showing him. Haven't gotten an official word if he got hurt or not. 91-84, as the Cavs do have the ball. Mitchell back out there for Cleveland, launches a 3 and gets it to fall from the top of the key. And now it's a 91-87 ball game. Donovan Mitchell only with 10 points. 8 assists, though, and we know that he can heat up at any time. Grimes to Edgecombe. Speaking of heating it up, well, he launches one and makes it from downtown. Got it on the left wing, catching and shooting all in one motion, and it works. 94-87. Pardon the Red Sea, and driving it over towards the left side of the baseline is Tyrese Proctor again. The magician, able to hit another nice little layup and finish with the left hand. Oubre looking to try to dribble over towards the nail, and as Grimes was backdoor cutting over to the basket, the ball got deflected off of Proctor's hand, and Lonzo Ball and Grimes were fighting for the ball on the ground. 6 seconds will be left on the shot clock. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you guys turn on the notification bell icons too. And again, you'll know when we do go live for 76ers basketball. Tyson, any sort of news on him? Just looking things up. Jalen Tyson, of course, though, is killing the Philadelphia 76ers for sure. Another three by George. Yes! It's good. Actually, sorry, it was a two. It was just on the baseline, 96-89. Just got it inside that three-point arc. All right, 7-point lead for the 76ers. Ball looking to pass it over to Mobley, and Mobley throws it off the hands of Naquan Tomlin. And he says, my bad. And the Sixers get back on offense. Okay, let's see. Paul George and the 76ers getting the ball back. 15 turnovers by Cleveland, just 9 for Philadelphia. Grimes gets ahead of his defender Proctor and lays it up and in. And Quentin Grimes again stepping up off the bench for Philadelphia. 25 points off the turnovers that Cleveland has had. And Cleveland only has 10 points off of Philly's turnovers. Another three by Lonzo Ball. That's too strong. Edgecombe, rebound. Handoff to Grimes. Another tray, and it's a little bit short. And the ball is saved by Adem Bona, and they're actually going to say that he was out of bounds. Wouldn't have got the steal anyways because he tried to pass it as he was heading on out of bounds, trying to save the ball, and it went into a Cavaliers' hand anyways. Oh, man. Brown is a good guy. Yes, he is. 9:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mitchell again, passing it out of the shot. Tyrese Proctor pump fakes, puts up a three off the sidestep, and a good job by Paul George to leap up over Tomlin, a guy that's about 4 inches taller than him, to get that rebound. Another off-balance shot by Oubre for a three, and Naquan Tomlin again gets the board. Cleveland working fast out in transition. Mitchell's floater gets his own offensive rebound. Hands it off to Mobley. Another handoff to Tyrese Proctor. Did not want to take the three. He was open for a quick second and throws it back to Mobley, who goes tumbling down. Mobley back to Proctor. Another three by Lonzo Ball, and he misses yet another one. Lonzo's 0 for 3 from downtown, and he has a donut full of points so far in this game. George got the rebound, finds Edgecombe, attacking towards the basket, and a foul on Naquan Tomlin. Once again, that's his third. That's his third foul. That push there, can't do that. Come on, don't attack our Sixers players like that. Don't foul them like that. Oh, man. Wasn't really an attack, really. Just some slight contact. He's tying their shoe there. Is that a Adem Bona? It is. He's tying his right shoe. It's a white shoe with neon heels. And towards the bottom of the foot. George inbounds it over to VJ Edgecombe again. Another dribble handoff, and George gets a turnaround jump shot to go from the baseline. It's been the Paul George show so far in this fourth quarter, 100-89. Sixers on top. Here we go. Wide open three by Tyrese Proctor, and he connects. Give Tyrese Proctor 10 points in this game. 10, 10, and 10 from Mobley, Mitchell, and Proctor. 10 points for each of those men. 192. Sixers turn it over. Grimes gets it back, though. Fights for it and puts up a layup and connects again. 102-92. I mean, Grimes lost it. It sort of slipped out of his hands like quicksand, and then he got it back and still was able to attack on the right side of the lane and make the layup. And that was just an incredible play by him. DeAndre Hunter is the one who fumbled the basketball, and Grimes just took it right back from him. Nice. 102-92. Actually, Grimes got a hand on it right before the fumble took place. So, again, tip your cap to him. Okay, here we go. 102-92. 8:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Mitchell looking to inbound it to somebody. Finally gives it up over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter looking to go down the lane. Put up a shot. Denied by Bona. And it goes out of bounds. It'll still be Cleveland ball, though. An incredible block again by number 30 for Philadelphia. Awesome defensive game. They are getting such great rim protection out of Adem Bona and Joel Embiid in this one. No Andre Drummond in this game, mind you. Mitchell with a three in the face of Paul George. Gosh, great defense. What else can you do? Just better offense. It's a 7-point ball game, and we have another timeout taken. This guy's been cold all day, and again, I mean, he's already scored almost half of his points in this fourth quarter so far. We have time taken by Philadelphia. They will have 3 timeouts after this. They'll be back, and so will we. There we go. All righty. 102-95. Sixers up by 7 points and less than 8 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Each team has scored 40 points in the second half so far. They both put up 29 in the third quarter. They actually also put up 31 in the first quarter and have so far put up 11 in the fourth. The only difference, really, is the second quarter. Sixers won that quarter 31-24. Every other quarter, though, has ended in a tie in the scoring department. It's not like tennis, though. Nope. Kevin is here. What's up, Kevin? Shout out to you, man. Thanks for being on here. Hopefully you're feeling better today, man. I'm happy to see you. Very happy to see you. 102-95. Sixers lead it by 7. The other thing, too, that I wanted to say, in case you're just tuning on in for the very first time in this game, the Sixers have shot the ball 38% from downtown in this game. Their three-point shooting, though, in the second half has been very good. It's been very, very good. They have made open shots, and they're attacking as well. And it just seems like a lot of the times, when Cleveland catches fire, the Sixers, again, are able to make an answer, which is good. Proctor has 13 points off the bench for Cleveland. Tomlin has 9, including 3 explosive dunks. Hunter has 9. But the Sixers bench has been very good, too. Grimes has 14. Oubre has 9. Bona has 4. Watford has 4. And they're getting nice contributions. 7:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Maxey gets the inbound pass and ends up giving it back to Quentin Grimes. And he puts up a elbow J, and that's no good. And we are going to have a foul called. George looked like he was trying to save the ball. And that is going to be on Cleveland, the foul. So Paul will inbound it, and the Sixers get a fresh 14 here. More physical basketball by the Sixers. Maxey gets the inbound pass, finds George, and a foul is called, but they're going to wave off the shot, and they will call it just on the floor. That's just the second foul by Cleveland in this quarter. Sixers' next game that they will play will be on Monday night. It'll be Monday night as they take on the Indiana Pacers. And then they have a back-to-back, so it's not a traveling back-to-back, which is good. They play Indiana, and then they play Phoenix, which should be a fun one, too. 102-95. Grimes gets the inbound pass, and another turnover on the 76ers. Gosh, that's an illegal screen called on a Dembona, trying to set a pick for Quentin Grimes, and they called it a moving screen there. Oh, boy. Can the Sixers play defense? Cleveland only has 2 timeouts left. Philadelphia has 3. See how long they play before the next timeout is called. Porter taking it over towards the left side of the foul line and finds Jared Allen on a bounce pass. It was supposed to be VJ Edgecombe that guarded him, and Jared Allen hits the little reverse layup, and now it's a 5-point game. No Embiid out there right now as we speak. Grimes double-teamed, looking to drive it downhill as he got a little bit of space. Too strong of a finish, and as the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Quentin Grimes. Tried to get it off of Porter's hands and then just slipped on out of his hands again. Again, this is what happens with Quentin Grimes. Sometimes he gives you really good play. Sometimes he gives you really strong minutes. And then he just makes, he plays the game at 125%, and it just looks bad at times. So it's a 5-point lead now for the 76ers. And again, Porter goes up with a shot. What a block by VJ Edgecombe in the lane. Maxey trying to respond on the other side for the Sixers, and that one won't go. Cleveland has numbers. Mitchell spinning, turning, passing it back outside. He could have finished it instead. And as Porter Jr. is rolling down the lane, gives it back to Tyson, and his layup is good. George swings the hot potato around and finds Maxey for a corner 3. The basketball gods say no, and it's only a 1-possession game now. Porter crossing over again over Paul George at the Toyota sign, looking to try to find Donovan Mitchell, but he's well covered by Tyrese Maxey. Instead, they hand it off. DeAndre Hunter gets a little bit of space, puts up a 3. We're tied. Oh, we're tied at 102 with 5:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Cleveland has gone on a 13-2 run over the last 2:50, and the Sixers will call for time. And you would think that Joel's going to come back on in soon, if not now, after the timeout is over. We'll see. Still plenty of time to go as we're knotted up. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Timeouts left for each team with 5:40 to go in quarter number 4. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass as Joel Embiid is back in. The big fella comes on in for the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey over at the Sixers logo. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. A screen comes by Joel. Maxey decides to use it. 3 seconds left to go as he travels over towards the baseline. Could not get the roll to go. Tyrese Maxey's been ice cold in this fourth quarter. Only 14 points in this game. They've guarded him very well in this 2-game set. Maxey, though, does come away with a steal. Speaking of Maxey, bursting down the lane and finishing with the right hand. A bolt of lightning for Philadelphia. And he's able to speed past everybody. 104-102 with 5:08 to go. And by the way, Tyrese Maxey also got fouled as well. Or nope, it was Jalen Tyson who inbounded the ball and turned it on over. And that's what's going to result in another Sixers possession. 104-102. Maxey to Oubre, a catch and shoot 3. Yes! And Kelly Oubre Jr., he's on fire now. Fuego mode for the 76ers. Hunter looking to pass it to Evan Mobley again, and we have another turnover. Evan Mobley gets called for a travel, and Cleveland unraveling over the last couple of possessions. Oh, gosh. 4:44 left to play in quarter number 4. 5-point lead for the Sixers. Can they increase their lead? Maxey gets a screen from Embiid. A little bit of some pick and popping. And Embiid hitting the foul line jump shot. That's his 6th foul line jumper today, and he has made all 6 of them. 109-102. Mitchell with a tough finish. Does he get it in? No, but a putback jam by Evan Mobley. Gosh, I mean, that was almost good. And then Mobley, nobody boxed him out. And the Sixers lead is down to 5 with 4:05 remaining. Maxey again at the Sixers stars. All right, 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid to the rescue for a screen. Maxey steps back, lets it fly. It's a mid-range J, and he got it. Oh, gosh, Tyrese Maxey, he's starting to heat up now. Let's go. 3:43 left remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, Sixers have got to get a stop. Mitchell, his jump shot is way too strong. Grimes elevates for the rebound, and another foul on the Cavs, or are they going to say timeout by Philadelphia? The Sixers are going to call a timeout. They only have 1 left. I don't know why they would take a timeout here. There was no foul, nothing, but Sixers call for time. They only have 1 left, and they lead it by 7. There's still time to go. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. But all right, let's see what they do. Have my own drugstore here, taking a lot of medications, says Kevin. Sorry, man. It's tough. The big 3 just can't get it together. Is Paul George the problem, says Steve? Okay. Let's go. Is Paul George the problem? I think in this game, the big 3's doing okay. I think Tyrese Maxey, the guy has been missing field goals today. He's only 2 for 8 from downtown. He's 8 for 21. You know? Paul George he's been very efficient today. He only has 1 turnover. He's 6 for 11 from the field. The mid-range jumper's working for him. I think that the big 3 is fine. Ever since that they've played consistently together, what are they, 7-2 over their last 9 games? I'd say that's pretty good for the most part. All right. Sixers back at it. They lead it by 7 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. All right. Maxey works up against Tyson. And now he's double-teamed. Embiid tries to get the ball back, and it's stolen by Donovan Mitchell. Embiid, though, fights for the loose ball on the ground as Mitchell just lost the ball. And Joel Embiid fights on the deck. I'll tell you, the effort by number 21 has been so good over these last couple of games. He's diving for loose balls. He's trusting that knee. Those are all good signs. Evan Mobley is going to have a jump ball with Joel Embiid. And 2 seconds are left on the shot clock, too. And that's going to go to Jared Allen. So Mobley wins the tip-off, and the Sixers have got to play defense. Donovan Mitchell kicking it out. And another 3 by Tyson, and that's up and that's in. Gosh. Jalen Tyson has 33 points in this game. He's only missed 3 field goals. The definition of on fire is Jalen Tyson right now. 2:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Maxey working downhill with that esteem, puts up a shot. It's denied by Evan Mobley. He's a great blocker, and that's one of the main cases as to why. Here's again Donovan Mitchell flying down over Joel Embiid, and that was disgusting. Oh, gosh. Donovan Mitchell just dunked on Joel Embiid, posterized him, and now it's a 2-point game. I mean, how do you respond to that? That was a very nasty dunk. Embiid with a handoff to Edgecombe, and he crosses over. He's trapped over on the far wing. Mitchell playing good defense on him. Now the ball finds Embiid. Embiid goes up with a tough baseline J. No foul called. Great defense by Allen. 2 minutes to go. Mitchell looking to drive it inside. Kicks it out to Tyson. Is 3, and Cleveland gets the lead. Jalen Tyson just giving Cleveland the advantage, and that's now 36 points for Jalen. He is unconscious. Maxey trying to tie it. He's fouled. He got to the cup, couldn't finish, and Jared Allen fouls him with 1:50 to go. Oh, gosh. This game is tight. It's tight. It's coming down to the wire. And just back and forth now between Philadelphia and Cleveland. A big run by Jalen Tyson. That is now a season high for him. 39 points for Jalen Tyson in this ball game. 39, man. There's a coach's challenge here. Cleveland is challenging whether or not that was a foul on Jared Allen. Still 1:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Don't forget, after the game, folks, we will have a post-game show, so I do hope that you will stay on for that. And then we also have, after that, we're just doing some work, making some shorts, getting ready for tomorrow, studying the rosters for all 3 games, and then we're doing it all day tomorrow. So we got a big day ahead of us. Let's see. This was just posted by Paul Hudrick. The Cavs are shooting 50% from 3 and now have a 112 to 111 lead. Tyson has 39 points to lead all scorers. Yes, he is. Him and Tyrese Proctor are having very big games, and there's no Darius Garland in this one. The Cavs are going to lose this challenge, according to the ESPN play-by-play. Just want to make sure I see it on the broadcast for myself, because sometimes they'll say one thing on the ESPN play-by-play, and then the other thing is, they'll take it back, whatnot. Larry Bird's the GOAT. Lack of defense. Autocorrect sucks. Autocorrect does suck. I do not like autocorrect. Moose says, I'm disappointed with the Phillies, JJ. I hear you, man. I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear, Moose. I appreciate you for stopping on by, though, man. 112-111. Maxey is going to go to the line to try to tie the game for the Sixers in the first free throw attempt, and he does. We're knotted up at 112. Tyrese has been struggling in this game. He does have 18 points, though. Give him credit for at least battling through adversity. He's been stepping up as of lately. 9 assists also, and he's one more to get a double-double. Sixers trying to take the lead, and Maxey does just that. Excellent. 113-112. Donovan Mitchell taking it over towards the left side of the elbow, hands it off, and there's a floater that's up, and it's no good by Tyson. Excellent defense by VJ Edgecombe, and Maxey comes up with the board. Good job by the 76ers. Can they capitalize again? We'll see. Maxey takes it towards the perimeter on the left side of the wing. Bounce passes it to Edgecombe. One more to Oubre. A catch-and-shoot 3. It's too strong. Mobley gets the rebound. That's only his 5th board of the game. Hunter out in transition, laying it up, getting it to fall. 1:05 to go. Cleveland back up on top. All right, buckle up, fasten the seatbelts. Edgecombe slowing it down for the Sixers. Gets it past half court. Wants to take on Donovan Mitchell. He crosses over. He crosses over again. He takes it with the right hand, conducts the traffic. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and now finds Paul George. George Gets a little bit of some space, puts up a turnaround J, and it's a little short. Oh, darn it. He thought that he had it, and he just released it a little bit too soon. Donovan Mitchell again has the rock. 30 seconds left to go. Oubre thought about biting and going for a steal there, decided not to. Mitchell, though, gets past him, takes it down the lane, puts up a 2, and the ball goes on out of bounds, blocked by Paul George. He got a piece of it. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. He got a little fingertip on that shot and caused Donovan Mitchell's shot to just not even hit the rim there. Good play there. Mitchell inbounds it, gets it up over to Evan Mobley. It's 2, and Oubre gets called for a late foul. A very late foul, and we will have some more free throws because it was in the act of shooting. Nick Nurse looking up at the Jumbotron, and he says challenge. He says challenge. He doesn't believe that Oubre fouled him. We'll see on the review here. Did Oubre get a piece of the ball? I think he did. I do. He took it towards the baseline. And let's see. I don't see much contact there at all with my own 2 eyes. But the referees will go to the scorer's table and judge what the verdict will be. If the Sixers lose this challenge, they will be out of timeouts. And Cleveland will shoot 2 free throws. If they win this challenge, they get their timeout back. And Cleveland, well, we'll see what would have happened, or what ended up happening after that, I should say. Don't forget to like and subscribe, baby. It's a nail biter. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. 114-113. Looking at the replay again. They get a little piece of Evan Mobley. I think he may have gotten him ever so slightly on the elbow. I don't think that's a foul. That might be called a foul in today's NBA. So it is going to be unsuccessful. They just ruled it. And they will actually add 2 seconds left back to the game clock. 22.2 seconds to go. It was a foul on Oubre in the act of shooting. So the Sixers are also out of timeouts now. And Cleveland looks to increase their lead by 1, possibly 2. Gosh. Yeah. It'll be Evan Mobley, though, who's at the line. Honestly, he's been struggling from the line. He's 1 for 2 in this game. Foul shot number 1 by Mobley. It's up, and it's too strong. Fans on their feet. This month, he's shooting 56.5% from the line. Fans booing. The second foul shot by Mobley, it's good. So it's only a 2-point game with 22.2 seconds left to go. Again, Sixers are out of timeouts. Cleveland still has 1 in their back pocket. They give it up over to Embiid. Joel Embiid with a handoff to Tyrese Maxey. All eyes on Tyrese. 15 seconds to go. Maxey swings it outside to Embiid again. A crossover and a handoff to Maxey, and Maxey's floater is up, and we're tied. 8.1 seconds left. No timeout called just yet, and now there will be. They took 0.7 seconds off the game clock. Cleveland will advance the ball and will try to go for the win. Tyrese Maxey ties it and knots the game at 1:15 apiece. 7.4 seconds left to go. They just added the 0.7 seconds back on the game clock. They said the time went off for just a little bit, but Cleveland is going to get one more chance at this. Let's go. He tied it. Got the look on the floater. Don't forget to like and subscribe. How many people do we have tuning on in, man? This is what happens when You miss your free throws late, and you keep the window open. Beat is 33. Maxey is 22. And can the Sixers force OT? And they force overtime. Come on, man. Let's go. Fire me up, chat. 8.1 seconds are left. No shot clock. It's unplugged. Both teams now out of timeouts. No spoilers in the chat. Tyrese Maxey has 22 points. He has scored 8 of them in the fourth quarter. Lonzo Ball's going to be the inbounder here for Cleveland as they get to advance the ball. They will inbound it from the scorer's table on their side of their bench. Near the scorer's table. All right, so they hand it off to Lonzo, and now he has to get it off here. Lonzo throws it over to Tyson. Tyson takes it over to the cup, finds Mobley. Mobley throws it down. It's 117-115. They inbounded to Maxey. Maxey gets past half court, puts up a three at the logo, and it's no good. It's no good, and the Cleveland Cavaliers end up taking both games from Philadelphia. 117-115 is the final score. Evan Mobley hits the game winner. The Sixers get themselves another loss. And Cleveland being down Darius Garland, Jalen Tyson just absolutely destroys the 76ers and gives Cleveland another win. And so a tough loss for Philadelphia. Again, just looking at the inbound play, that was a heck of a handoff pass by Jalen Tyson. They got it to him right over on the corner at the three-point line, and then Paul George was behind him. He sort of slowed up because Tyson had very good footwork there, and he thought that maybe Tyson was going to take the layup, but no, Evan Mobley was right there in the dunker spot and was just able to throw it down with both hands. That was an excellent play call by Kenny Atkinson, and just a heck of a play, and that's how Cleveland wins and beats the 76ers. So Tyson, the player of the game, 39 points, 7 for 9 from downtown. Those are both career highs for him. Also had 5 rebounds and 4 assists in this game. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Not happy with the result of how things came down in the final couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. There's going to be plenty of stuff to break down. We'll definitely talk about it. I obviously enjoyed calling the game. I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to the game. I know that the Sixers didn't win for those of you who are Sixers fans. But, yeah, we'll be back. We'll do a post-game show. We'll wrap things up, and we'll talk more about this game and break it all down. I know that people in the chat are very upset. Josh says another disaster class by Nick Nurse in the fourth quarter. We'll talk more about it. We will certainly do that. Kate Seemed Happy says hardcore. I don't really know if I necessarily agree with that. But yeah, I don't know. But anyhow, all right, we're going to go. We're going to take a very quick step off, and we will be right back for the post-game show.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Welcome on into the Philadelphia 76ers postgame show here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Philadelphia 76ers lose another one to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They played 2 games in a row against Cleveland, and they lost them both. This one was not a blowout compared to the first game, but the Sixers unable to finish the job strong, and they collapsed in the last couple of minutes in the fourth quarter, and just were not able to stop Jalen Tyson. Look, overall, I'm not mad. I'm not angry that they lost this game, because obviously you're gonna lose games. It's just the nature of sports, right? Like, that stuff just happens. But what I will tell you is that the Sixers should feel disappointed that they didn't come up with this win, because they had it. They did. And this Cleveland team, just in the fourth quarter, the difference of the game was coaching. The difference of the game was coaching. And here's the reason why. Jalen Tyson showed off his skill set against the 76ers tonight. He had an opportunity. He had a golden opportunity, and he played with a chip on his shoulder with Darius Garland being out, and he balled out tonight. And Kenny Atkinson just did an awesome job in that fourth quarter with his lineups that he used to put Jalen Tyson and Donovan Mitchell in places to succeed, and the Sixers could not respond. Donovan Mitchell offensively did not have a good game tonight when it came to scoring the basketball. But Donovan Mitchell in this game was very unselfish. He realized it wasn't his night shooting the ball, and he was very much sharing the basketball at a very good rate, and they got the ball out of his hands. The Sixers made it tough for Donovan to score. And usually in basketball, when you say, if anyone but one player, if a guy like Jalen Tyson beats you, you tip your cap. But here's where I fault the 76ers. Because Jalen Tyson was making his wide open threes. At some point, whoever it is, Paul George, Oubre, or whoever it is that has to be guarding Jalen Tyson, needs to come on and guard him. That might sound stupid. I know. Just thought that the ball movement was very crisp. From what I saw, I thought that they doubled Donovan a little bit too much in the fourth quarter specifically. I'd have to go back to the film and see how many times they did end up doubling Donovan. But there was just a lot of times in this game where you saw Tyson get open space. And I go back to the last couple of minutes of this fourth quarter. Here's what really disappointed me. if we go back to when this became a game, Nick Nurse calls a timeout. Okay? Calls a timeout. And Joel Embiid comes back in. Maxey was starting to hit his shots. He had a nice little step back 2 from just inside the 3-point line to make it a 7-point lead. And after it's a 111 to 104 game, Nick Nurse, for some reason, I don't understand why. After Donovan Mitchell misses a pull-up jumper, Grimes gets the rebound, and Nick Nurse calls a timeout. Grimes was fighting for the ball on the ground, or was he didn't even, there was nobody else that was there at that second, and Nick Nurse called for time, and they only had one timeout left. At that point, you're up by 7 points, and you just went on, what was it? A 7-0 run. It was a 7-0 run. You just went on a 7-0 run. I wasn't going to yell. You just went on a 7-0 run. And you burn your second to last time out there. With 3 minutes and 33 seconds. The game is about pace. The game is about how do you find a way to get into rhythm. Your team's in rhythm, and you call a timeout. Your second to last timeout. That was frustrating. And then, the challenge that was used at the end, whatever. Was it a foul? Was it not a foul on Oubre? Didn't really look much like a foul to me, but not surprised that the NBA called it, that the refs called it. This game's not on the refs. It's on the Sixers, but I didn't really think it was a blatant call. Is it a foul maybe by definition now? It was a ticky-tack call. It was. But Nick Nurse not using the timeout correctly was bad. And then you know what's funny? The funny part is that after the timeout was called, Cleveland went on an 8-0 run. So you're shooting yourself in the foot. You have the momentum. You have them on the ropes. And then you stop. And you didn't even make any adjustments after the timeout. There was no substitutions at that moment of the game. I don't get it. That part boggles my mind. DeAndre Hunter then makes a dunk off of a beautiful read by Jalen Tyson. Hunter's just sprinting downhill. And Tyson makes an excellent pass. And then he just takes on over in crunch time. He's hitting everything. He's unconscious. He has the fuego right next to his name. Like he's a 2K player. It was 113 to 112, and then we're, going back and forth. Mobley misses the free throw, and the Sixers tie it with a Tyrese Maxey floater. That was nice. And then the last play comes. And this is, again, where Kenny Atkinson outcoached Nick Nurse. Atkinson draws up this beautiful play. Understand this. Jalen Tyson gets the ball right over on the baseline, and he's being guarded by Paul George. the Sixers double him, if I remember correctly. Tyson, actually, sorry, they didn't double him. Tyson's being guarded by Paul, takes a couple of seconds off clock, and then gets him to fake out ever so slightly. It wasn't like a big fake or anything, but he got a move on him and then was able to just get a little bit of speed underneath the basket. But then George caught right on up in the span of like a couple of seconds. And everybody thought that that Jalen was going to take the shot there. Evan Mobley is in the lane, and he maneuvers past Oubre, and then was able to get a little bit of space because he shimmied and then just provided excellent footwork. And Tyson knew exactly where he was going to throw the ball to. He wasn't going to shoot it. If you thought that Jalen Tyson was going to shoot that shot, you were out of your mind, because Tyson was obviously going to be guarded heavily. And Evan Mobley came running down the lane, got to his spot, and then it got a beautiful pass from Tyson and just made the layup. The difference in this game came down to coaching. And you see why Kenny Atkinson is a great offensive coach. Really. He is so good. They were without Darius Garland. And yet, yes, Tyrese Proctor played well. And yes, Tyson played well. But Nick Nurse shot the team in the foot. And Kenny Atkinson took advantage. And the Cavaliers got hot at the right time. And then there they were. Now it's a ball game, and everything that you did backfired. Paul George in this game, 14 points. I thought that Paul George played okay in the first three quarters. I wanted him to take more shots down the stretch. And the reason why is because Tyrese Maxey, throughout most of the game, was not effective. He was being blitzed very heavily by Donovan Mitchell. Struggled against him again tonight. He did. And you know, Joel Embiid was playing well, and he was getting the shots off, but he was then starting to get covered by Evan Mobley a little bit more, and he had a little bit more difficulty when that occurred and when he was trapped and they started to double him. So you needed Paul George tonight in the fourth quarter, in my opinion, to try to step up. And I wish he was a little bit more aggressive and he was more so willing to take shots, because the Sixers could have used that. I'm not telling you that they would have won the game if Paul George took more shots. But this is the time where Paul George, when Tyrese is struggling and when Joel Embiid is starting to, when teams are starting to defend Joel better and you need somebody else to come through, Paul George, you gotta do your job. Got to take more shots. You got to be more aggressive. Can't just be passive. So that was where my critique was on Paul George in this game. Maxey didn't have a good night again. He has to figure it out against Donovan Mitchell. And that's not me being nitpicky. That's me being truthful. He didn't have a good game again tonight. He was a little bit off with his angles, but I give Cleveland a tip of the cap because there were times where they made really good switches, and you could see that Tyrese Maxey just had a hard time getting to his spots. that he wanted to try to get to. And the Cavs, I thought, played very good to make him feel bothered, if you will. Make him feel annoyed. It's really hard for Tyrese Maxey to feel bothered, and I just think over the last 2 games, he's felt like, you know, he's being attached by guys, and he's not getting the looks that he usually gets. So I think Cleveland made it tough. I just also don't understand, and this goes back to Nick Nurse here. Dominic Barlow did not have a good game again. Barlow only had 2 points in 17 minutes. And I'll get to Barlow in a second. But here's another Nick Nurse thing that does actually bother me. You have another center that can grab rebounds that's on your bench. And in a time, in the fourth quarter, when you are getting destroyed on the glass and Cleveland is getting second chance opportunities, you failed. And that center is still a DNP. And that's Andre Drummond. How come he's not getting any minutes? Drummond was playing really well when Joel Embiid was hurt. And this is, you know, he was supposed to be the backup center. And this is his role. Now it's a DNP. I don't understand that. Somebody explain that to me. Because that's bothersome. Watford also only played 10 minutes and he had 4 points. He had 2 rebounds, he had 2 assists. Would have liked to see him play a little bit more. Jared McKean also didn't play tonight either, which I also thought was interesting. I'm not telling you that Jared McKean deserves minutes, but right now, but he did not play. I think that's the first time that he has been a DNP in a little bit of time. But yeah, I'm not happy with how this game ended. I thought that the Sixers played very well in the first half. The shots were falling. They played a little bit slow on defense. It was a very fast-paced first half for the most part. And then in the third quarter, both teams were going back and forth. And then in the fourth quarter, it was just more so that the 76ers got off to a nice start. The fourth quarter, let me rephrase. You're up by 7 going on into the fourth quarter. Mitchell makes a 3. Edgecombe then responds, and then Proctor makes a reverse layup, and then Paul George responds. So you're playing this back and forth game, right, where you're going up and like you're keeping yourselves a 9-point lead, and then Paul George makes it an 11-point lead. An 11-point lead with 8:47 to go. Not that an 11-point lead is big enough, but I'm just saying that they were up by 11 with 8:47 to go. They were up by 10 with 8:14 to go. And then the Sixers take a timeout after Donovan Mitchell makes a 3, which, okay, I guess. And then Cleveland plays good, solid defense. But again, why are you taking the timeout with 3:33 left to go and that's your second to last? I just will never understand that. Chat. I think it's time to have this discussion. Can Nick Nurse win you a playoff game? I'm sorry. Can Nick Nurse be the head coach on a 76. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up my words. I guess that my question really is: Can Nick Nurse be a head coach on a championship team and get it done for the Sixers? And to be honest with you, I don't think that Nick Nurse is, as much as I like Nick Nurse as a person, like it seems like he's a really cool person. I was all on board when the Sixers got him. I think that after the first year, you've just seen really bad coaching from him. And it's really hard for me. While I understand that talent wins you games, I just don't have trust in Nick Nurse as the head coach when the 76ers need to come up with a play at the end. Not even just that. But with the way that he manages the timeouts, he just gets into the way. I'm not a basketball mind. I don't know how to call a play. I don't know how to read a play. But what I do know from observing the game is that every time that Nick Nurse tries something in the fourth quarter where he goes either to a small guard lineup or he doesn't call timeouts in the right spots, it usually backfires. That's not a fluke. That's just what has happened. Calling in 610-314-0844 if you guys want to come on and call about this game. But yeah, as time goes on, I am disappointed that they lost this game because I thought that they had it. And just processing it. See, this is why I like doing this after the game, because I might say one thing and then just as I'm talking or as I'm processing this game, I might be swayed another way. Not angry, but just bothered. Take our first phone call, 267. He is on the line right now, 267. You know, I may have stumbled on my words, but give me a breath of fresh air. Let me know how you feel about this game. The floor is yours, my friend.
Dr. JJ, I'm totally, you was hitting on so many top-notch points. You asked the question, can Nick Nurse be the coach? No. That's the answer to the question that you asked about, can Nick Nurse be the coach? The coach is the Sixers to a playoff win in the playoffs. Capital N-O. Games like this, tight games, close games, that this game should have been won. And you're wasting effort from Joel Embiid. There was a period during the game when Kelly Oubre was ice cold. Nick Nurse wouldn't take him out the game. You got Justin Edwards stuck on the bench with Elmer's glue all to his butt. I mean, come on. You got pieces. You got other players, man. There's no way that Andre Drummond should have not got in that game when they were being bombasted on the board. And they lost the game on a dunk. Come on, man, that can't happen.
Nope.
Now I will say this. I haven't seen too much where Bona played with Andre Drummond, but I have seen Bona in the lineup and look good with him and Embiid. But Embiid wasn't in the game. So when he was out of the game, you could tell that Bonner was getting overwhelmed because I didn't know Evan Mobley is 6'11". And then they got another guy. What's the other guy's name for Cleveland that's a big, tall guy?
Allen. Jared Allen.
Okay, they had them both in the game at the same time.
Yeah, they did.
So do you think Nick Nurse would counter that and put his twin tower in there? Do you think he would put Andre Drummond in there with Bonner and give Bonner some help, man? Because they was beating him down.
Nope.
Then when he put Joel Embiid back in the game, Paul George was not. Paul George was playing like an old man. Take him out the game, man. He doesn't know how to shuffle his cards in the deck. JJ, we ain't going nowhere with Nick Nurse.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I know that Hardcore said in the chat, Embiid called that timeout. You know, I'll have to go back and I'll have to see that. But even if Joel called that timeout, which obviously shame on him because you know there's 3:33 left to go, and again it's a game of runs, but I still stand by my stance of what the lineups were in the fourth quarter, especially to end the game, and I still feel like at the very end of the day. Like, Jalen Tyson got off a lot of shots, but it just felt like that the 76ers couldn't close out on him. And defensively, that had to have been another part of the game plan, and that's like what you do at halftime to adjust. And the Sixers didn't do that. And also, it also just goes on Nick Nurse that Andre Drummond didn't play at all in this game. And when your team needs a rebound, when your team needs to box out, when Cleveland is getting all these extra possessions, you're losing.
You're losing repeatedly.
Yes.
And who was playing defense most of the times when that guy was cooking them?
Honestly, it was a zone a lot of the time. And on the closeouts, they're just, I mean, it was supposed to be, sometimes you saw Maxey on him, sometimes you saw Grimes on him. It was a mixture of guys.
He was toasting Grimes.
Right.
He was toasting Grimes.
Correct.
He was roasting Maxey, and it was reflected in Maxey's offensive game.
Correct. Yeah.
The zone was garbage. The zone wasn't working. He needed to put a man-to-man on him and put a big guy on him. He's 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, man. I hear you loud and clear.
Nick Nurse is a disappointment, man. Nick Nurse is a disappointment. I mean, I can understand what they did in the back-to-back against Toronto. Toronto beat them in an overtime game, and then they came back and blew Toronto out. But there was no way that they were going to come back. No, okay, everybody gets hot, and you get roasted by players certain times. So they got roasted by the other guy for Cleveland, but he wasn't that hot tonight. He's not the reason they lost.
Right. Yeah.
What's his name? The
Donovan Mitchell?
The guard for Cleveland. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell.
Spider. Yeah.
Well, Spider cooked him in the first game, so we couldn't do nothing about that.
Yeah. Well.
But in this game, this was a get-back game. They should have had this game. There's no way, okay, you're paying Paul George $50 million. He's got 14 points. That's taking me back to shades of what's his name from last year, year before when we traded him and he went to Detroit.
Are you talking about of when we traded him? I don't know. I was thinking you were going to say Tobias Harris, but
that's what I'm talking about. I mean, come on, Paul George ain't been but a little bit of a few games better than Tobias Harris. Come on, man. You're being paid $50 million, man. You're not a 14-point a game, man. Come on. And there's got to be some consistency in his 20-point, 22, 23, 25-point games. You know, he should be averaging 20-plus every game.
267. I appreciate the phone call, man. I love you, buddy. And always feel free to
man.
call
You was
back
on
anytime.
Point. You was on point, JJ. You was on point. Nick Nurse need to listen. You need to have a hotline to Nick Nurse, man, because he needs to listen to you, brother, because you know what you're talking about.
I appreciate it, man. I'll talk to you later. All right?
All right, man. Have a good night.
Yep, take it easy. And look, I may have been wrong about the Joel Embiid calling the timeout there. Again, I have to go back and if I'm wrong, I will definitely make sure that I say that I'm wrong there. But I just I'm just seeing the same types of things over and over again. It's a cycle from this head coach, and I give Cleveland credit. Cleveland's a really good team. They are. Tyrese Proctor played really well. Donovan Mitchell, even though he didn't have the best scoring night, made really good passes and was unselfish. Turned the ball over too much, but he looked like he was actually getting frustrated on offense. But he made winning plays. And that's what it takes in the NBA sometimes. So I actually have to give Nick Nurse credit. Says JC Fit. What's up? What's up, dude? The Cavs have had the Sixers number recently. Tonight proved that they can hang with them. They didn't win, but there are some positives. There are some positive takeaways from this game. There were some positives. Adem Bona in the second quarter was very explosive. And he did give the Sixers a run. And I liked the energy that he provided off the bench. If you want a positive tonight, I will say that Quentin Grimes, first half Quentin Grimes was really strong. To end the second quarter, gosh, those back-to-back threes were great. But tonight wasn't really more of a moral victory for me. It was more so like, but also, it was in the sense of, okay, big picture of things, it's another loss. It's not a terrible loss in the grand scheme of things. However, just watching with my eyes, I'm just watching Nick Nurse and watching Kenny Atkinson outcoach him. Making play calls, playing with or coaching with a sense of urgency, and just getting his players to buy in to what he believes in. I don't really see guys going out there to defend Nick Nurse, even in these press conferences that I listen to. That's just me, though. But yeah, Tyson played well. Tyson's a baller. He is good. But you got to change your strategy. And in Philadelphia, we'll give you credit when you ball out and when you have strong moments. But then, if things don't go right, well, that's just the nature of being a Philly fan. We don't just be quiet. We're very vocal. But yeah, there were some positives. Joel Embiid getting down on the ground, diving for loose balls. Again, that was a positive. Embiid got to the line a lot tonight. That is a positive. It is. I'm with you there. Oubre. I'll even say Kelly Oubre actually was attacking over on the bench. And gave the Sixers a little bit of some nice play. The one person I didn't talk about in this game was VJ Edgecombe. And again, VJ, another guy, again, who just struggled in back-to-back games off of Donovan Mitchell. So your two guards, Maxey and Edgecombe, were not effective in this two-game set. If they're both on, you probably win both games. Maybe that is a positive. Maybe I'm trying to convince myself the other way. I tend to do that sometimes. I'm back to Escape the Gamer. What's up, dude? Thanks so much for being on here, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, dude. All right, guys. Next Sixers game will be on Monday. I love you all very much. We'll be back on for some college hoops tomorrow. We got the Georgetown game at 12 o'clock. We'll see you on for that. We got the Michigan game at 4 o'clock. So Georgetown is going to be playing against UConn at 12. And then at 4 o'clock, it's Michigan against Oregon. And then we got the Saturday night football game. So we'll see you all then for all of those games. I love you all very much. Long ball's just a tough one. Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was an experience tonight. Wasn't a good day in Philly sports. But anyhow, I'll see you all tomorrow. Lila Tov, good night. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.